we're live. This, maybe, probably. Hi, welcome to Hexad of Hyskosa session 9 on RPGMP3.com. Follow us on all that social media junk that I say every time and no one does, so go get it. Oh, and visit us on Patreon and give us all of your money, every single cent of it, and we'll be able to do wonderful things like get production values and script all our shows like all the big posh people do. Not that I'm saying that all the big posh people script their shows. It just seems very well put together. That's all I'm saying.
Like you said it. No, that's what you meant.
I didn't really say it. I just implied it. I'm sure they're not scripted. I'm sure professional voice actors can do that. That's what we need. I need you guys to learn to be professional voice actors, and then we'd be grand.
All right, done.
And what else are you doing day on day, right? What else are you doing other than being professional voice actors? I mean, come on, let's go.
What else am I doing but sitting here listening to myself and making
Who
sure that my
wouldn't want to be a
pronunciation...
professional voice actor? What am I doing?
I would do it.
Oh my god, I did the stupidest thing last week. So I never check my phone. I just log into Twitch and have it run so I can check the chat. And it wasn't on Wi-Fi, so I streamed 8 gigabytes to my phone.
Oh no.
Jeez.
Leah popped up in the morning. She was like, "Have you been streaming porn all night?" And I'm like, "No." And I'm like, "Fuck." I looked at my phone. It was off Wi-Fi. And I'm like, "You suck. You suck. You suck." Little shit. Yes. Oh, we are live. There we go. Now my. So yes, go to fucking Patreon and pay for my Wi-Fi bill. Pay for my idiocy, the internet. Done it before, you could do it again.
Like how the internet has a "the" in its name, like the Duchess.
Yeah. Well, I've been around it so long that it does. So, I mean, her and I have a long relationship. Far too long. You know, back when it was cool and you had to do some shit to get on it, and it was only good people and it was not full of idiots. Miss those days. Miss the days where browsing was in chat. Browsing was just text, and you had to download the file to your server and then remote to your server to get it, and you fucking hoped it was good. It took like 20 minutes to get like a 6 kilobyte file. Look at that subscription. Look at it, it's beautiful. Beautiful subscribing right there. What's going on? Everything's slow. I need a new laptop desperately. Patreon, get that.
Me too.
Right? Two Patreons. Get that. Double it up.
Breeze
kids.
laptop got chomped.
It did.
What happened to your laptop?
Brother's dog ate it.
Actually got eaten.
Actually, yeah, it actually got a big old chomp mark. I've got it. I'm using it right now for Discord and for watching the chat, because there's no way I can use it to do the actual game, but it's got this enormous ugly spot in it.
Like black.
Oh, it chomped the screen.
Mm-hmm.
Dead LCD.
Delicious, I guess.
Deliciousness.
This is a word.
All right, kids. Who would like to do, particularly for our friend Monster, who was not here, but did contribute greatly to the fight,
You did, actually.
a review of what you did last time?
I'm going to be kind of sad if I did better when I'm not even here than when I'm actually here.
I mean, we just followed your standard strategy, honestly.
You saved
Turn
the
into
child.
bear, not on heads.
You did save
Basically,
the child.
And there was a lot of heads for you to munch on.
There were lots of heads, many heads, more heads than you might have expected.
I really want to make a giving head joke, but I don't know. I'm tired.
We'll just assume you did.
Yes, everybody laugh.
Ho, ho, ho. All right, who wants to do a summary, or shall I do it?
We went through the desert to go and find the temple. On the way there, we were attacked. Yeah, yes, as well. Yeah. Oh, the night we spent near the temple, we were attacked by some duggies. Yeah. It was very
Two-headed, diseased dogs.
Is that when the camel died, or did the?
That was when the camel died.
Oh, that was a bummer. Yeah, we lost a camel, but you saved a boo who was also dying. Yeah, and
You did.
To heal him, so he's alive. So So Abu
Even though he did pass, I believe he passed his con save against disease. So that
The
was good.
camel was trying to kill Abu?
No, the dogs were trying to kill everything, and they killed the camel. We couldn't rescue the camel. It was
And Abu was behind the camel, so they attacked him next. As he's only like 8, 12, he doesn't have a lot of hit points.
Next morning, when we actually made it over to the temple, that's when we discovered there's like 30 to 40 like those big dogs there again, and that seemed like an unsurmountable thing. So I snuck around it to kind of get to the temple door, but that was sealed shut. And that kind of made us think that perhaps when the Vistani before we left said that there were because we got a fortune telling before we left. And she had mentioned that within 4 days when the door will open, or some kind of phrasing like that.
Night of Thoth.
Yeah, that is
The night of Thoth, the doors will open.
So we're
temple is
thinking.
So
accessible.
are we trying to avoid the doors opening, or do we want the doors to open?
If we want the doors to open, then we want to go inside.
Am I still a bear?
You're not a
No, you unbed.
Say no more. I will bust that door right now.
You unbed because you needed to heal Abu.
Ah.
But then you re-bared after that, I thought.
Then you rebed. That's true. You did. You bed and then unbed and then rebed.
Yep.
And then you went back to town.
Yep.
And then we went back to town.
What happened in town?
Stays in town.
The Vistani are missing, right?
There you go. While you were gone, the Vistani were taken in the night.
By who?
A flying mummy man.
Wait, what?
Yep.
Hang on. Are we? I wasn't actually here. Was that a thing?
I think so. He was wrapped in bandages and flying in the air.
I think you assumed he was flying. I think he was wrapped
So-
in bandages.
My bad.
The man
he's not
against the
flying.
sky
I made
with
that up.
tattered bandages.
You assumed he was flying because you came back from where you assumed he was going and you didn't see him.
Ah.
And maybe beer.
Yeah, I was like, oh, that's late at night.
It was late also, that's true. It was late.
Cool.
Hello, Weasley. What are you doing?
Did I miss anything, Hal?
No, it sounds good to me. You talked to some people who saw the abduction but didn't help. They heard screaming and creatures in the night, and they hid and didn't help because no one helps anyone around here because that's how you get eaten. And
Quick,
back in town.
before we start up, can chat or whoever let me know if I'm echoing real bad or if I sound okay?
Sound fine to me.
Sound okay to me.
You were very slightly robotic at the start, but you have got significantly better as far as I'm concerned.
Okay, well, when dogs eat your laptop, apparently your audio's still okay. That's good to know.
Dogs eat your laptop. That's pretty funny. So, you also now have a Vado, which you can use if you wish.
Have a what?
A Vistani wagon with all the colours and the stuff and the beds inside, because that's still there. I mean, it's a trade-off for the dead camel, right? Seeing as you spent basically all your money on a camel, and then it died literally less than a day later.
It's like a half a day, maybe.
We're just like, this
didn't
camel's
have the
expensive.
camel.
Should we buy a camel? Let's buy a camel. Okay, let's buy a
Oh,
camel.
wait, are we
Let's buy
supposed to
that
give the camel back to somebody? Like, was it a rental?
No,
or
you
did
bought the
No,
camel.
we bought
You
it.
bought
Oh,
the
okay.
camel.
Yeah,
We were
bought 'em
joking,
because-
but
Camel
okay,
lease.
so we figured we want our gear with us, but it was too heavy to carry, so we bought a camel to carry all of our gear.
Xander Camel and died.
because
And
the
then
side
the-
effect of it being 1,000,000 degrees is that the fighters can't wear their armor, so they were
Can we
loading
go
it up
back
on
to the camel salesman and complain about the defective product?
Camel's broken.
Yeah.
This thing's still in warranty. Like waving a leg at him.
We could totally try to, like,
We should have bought camel insurance.
I should have brought your camel insurance. That's right. You should have brought your camel insurance.
Does the Vado come with an animal to pull it, or are we manually having to pull the Vado?
It comes
The
with a
horse?
horse. There's a horse, yes.
Hey, we have a horse now. Let's try to kill that.
It's
See
not
how
the
long
kind
this
of
horse
horse
lasts.
you'd be riding. It's not the kind of horse you'd be riding in races. It's more the kind of horse that plods along with a wagon attached to it.
Right.
But it's a horse, and it's more of a horse than you had before. No one's going to
And
challenge
you-
your ownership of this unless some of the Vistani come back.
And you can
Half
still
of a
hide behind
horse
it.
is better than no horse.
Right, and you can still hide behind it, pop out, stab, and then re-hide behind it. It's good.
I think its name is Horston.
Oh, you're naming it. See, that was your problem. You didn't name the camel.
Didn't know.
You didn't name the camel, so he didn't stand a chance. If you
Wait.
called him Mr. Camel Pants or Camel McCamel Face or
Camel
anything,
Toes.
I want to
Mr.
call him
Camel
Anthony
Toe.
Hamilton.
I have another important question.
yes.
Where is Kevin?
Oh, you left him in
He's
that
in the-
pond.
Pond.
Oh, I thought you were about to say we left him in the desert. I was about to throw some hands.
No,
We left him in the water, so he didn't dry out.
That's probably for the best. Okay.
No one has yet eaten him.
Amazing.
None of us are French.
Right. I mean, there's a big frog's leg. Maybe they just don't have any good recipes. Not quite sure what he
They're
is.
so not used to seeing food. They see something, they don't even register. They're just like, oh, living thing with muscles. Huh. It's over
Could
here.
cook that, maybe. Not sure what it is, because we live in a desert and have done for many hundreds of years. Don't even have a word for whatever the fuck that thing is.
Kevin's like, hey, when you leave, can you please take me with you?
You're taking everybody else. Please take me too. What are you doing, Weasley? Weasley's exploring my room, which is now tidier but still not done. But I have a table. Did I have a table last time? I have a table.
You did have a
last
So-
table last time.
I did have a table. I've still got a table. It's not good.
Wow.
I need to get this whole room set up. I need my cameras set up and everything so my video is better and I'm not just using this one on my laptop. Pretty. Okay, so that's basically where you are. It is probably coming on to evening at this point, following, because you had to travel back through the desert, and it takes a good while to get to where you were. So,
So we're back near town, correct?
in town, yeah, you're in town. You're by the Vardo last time because you searched it. Found that it was filled with just home stuff and nothing particularly, no rich stuff, as they say in the Goonies. It's probably a movie that you're not going to. But they're remaking it. What a sad state.
A remake of the
Goonies?
Goonies?
Yeah, oh, it's supposed to be like a follow-on, I think. As what I try not to read it because it makes me sad.
Uh,
I'm curious how what they're gonna do for the fat kid who's trouble shuffle. If you look at him back then, he's like our average kid weight nowadays.
They're going to have a kid in a hover round doing the truffle shuffle.
Hey, everybody drink.
Oh, right.
Hello, everyone drink. Good work there.
I just have water.
same.
I bought you
You
all the
guys
fancy
all-
beer you're not drinking anymore.
I
Is it
drank
like
a
no-
lot this afternoon.
Ah, is it, I was going to say, is it like no drink September? Can you believe it's September? The fuck?
No.
Yeah.
What happened to March? For fuck's sake.
I don't know what happened to the whole summer. It just
No, it's just
Later.
gone. I mean, I'm not sad about that because I hate the summer here. Because
I hate the heat.
Yeah.
I hate it. It's awful. I live here despite the weather, but it was nice hiding in my house and never having to step out in it. I mean, that's great.
True.
That appeals to me greatly. I've read many books that I hadn't read before, and
Wouldn't have otherwise.
Yeah.
I've read before. All of them trashy, and Aaron would not approve.
Not approve.
Aaron would be like, "That's got a story and things. There's no misery there.
Yeah,
There's more to that we could go into.
There's a fucking happy person in this story. It's not allowed."
It has a happy ending? Oh, hell
Oh, no.
Fuck that
No.
shit. Yeah, that's right. That's right. And then they all died. I mean, come on.
That's perfect. That's great.
All that noir literature that you must love so much. It's super funny.
Oh,
Sorry, literature
Aaron.
has to be no. I've been reading the kind of trashy shit that I like to read that makes my brain turn off. So
That's.
I'm currently rereading the Dark Elf trilogy, so that's all good.
Oh.
Dark
Right.
trilogy.
Yeah.
Aaron,
What's your status of reading Horse Destroys the Universe?
Oh man.
I'm gonna say given up at this point.
Colt gave me permission to give up, so it's also Colt's fault.
What? It's a short book. It should take you like a day to read it.
It is not a short book, and it's so repetitive. It is really annoying.
To be fair, you were like, I can't.
I can't do it anymore.
Just let me throw you under the bus, Colt. It's fine.
Oh, that's funny. It's all good. So from that straight back to Tolstoy, right?
Yeah. I'm reading Noonday Demon right now. A big Pulitzer Prizing thing about depression.
That does sound like something I would choose to read to alleviate in my fun time. That's exactly what I'll be reading. I get too little time to read stuff like that. That's why I'm friends with you, Aaron, so you can tell me all about it so I don't have to.
Very dense.
Dense and books that I choose to read in my spare time don't marry up all that often, honestly. You know, I'm feeling particularly bad. I will read Thomas Covenant, which is a book that requires a thesaurus to read. It is Stephen Donaldson, and it is dense. It's fantasy. You would like it. You have to work to read it.
The name rings a bell, but I don't think I've read it.
No, it's big. I have it lying around. I can lend it to you if you want to suffer.
I'll give it a try.
I'll give it a try.
Promise to read 50 pages.
I can lend you a couple of other books you can alleviate. You can jump in and out. It's good.
Oh,
Something
wait, is
lighter.
this me?
I don't even know who's me anymore.
What? Who's you? What? Oh, you're looking at the map.
Yeah.
We need to work on this. We need to get some better characters. These are you're getting up to episode 10, which generally would be the requirement where we get proper character art. So, which is why I'm asking for character descriptions.
Oh, I was wondering about that.
Just use my the image in my profile. I like my new one.
Oh, what is it? Let me see. Is it Sexy Jesus still?
No, I changed it.
Oh. I love it. Hold up.
That's a good one.
All right, kids, what are you doing? It's coming on to kind of late afternoon, early evening as you arrive back with no camel and look around the Vardo and go, fuck, our friends have been stolen by that terrible mummy. We should really have stayed here and looked after them.
I mean, they brought us here. What kind of friends are they, really?
Hey, you did see the terrifying wall of fire, though.
Oh yeah, we did.
That's true. We did see the terrifying wall of fire.
It's fiery.
It was pretty
It is.
terrifying.
Warm looking. That's what it was. It was warm looking.
Is this place normally like Granada when that thing's gone?
Nope, it's normally a desert, just with mists around it instead of a terrifying fire.
So do we know that the Night of Thoth is in like 3 days?
Don't know that, no, but you can suspect from the incredibly accurate card reading that you had.
So we really don't need to go anywhere until then.
Hang out?
Yeah.
So I guess the idea, what you say, the doors are supposed to open on that day or that night.
Yeah.
So you probably want to head that way at that time is probably your
Right.
object, because it takes about a day to get there. So on the day you expect it to open that night, you might want to travel in that direction. It'd be terrible to miss it and have to wait another 1,000 years.
Yeah, that would suck.
What is the door do? What do we need out of there?
You don't know.
Oh,
Isn't
we
that
just
where
know.
like
We're hoping to just get out of here.
Are we just like cats and see door closed and think unacceptable?
Unacceptable! Juniper.
Yeah, we're stuck in this land, so we're trying to get out of here. Get back into the
Maybe we
larger
should
world.
try to rescue the people that got kidnapped.
Oh, there we go. That's good.
We should ask around and see if anybody saw
I get a
anything.
scuba
All
snack for that one?
Yeah.
Well, we did. We asked we already asked what they saw. I'd like to ask our guide, kind of sidle up to him and be like, what else is around here besides just that temple? Is there more?
I have an idea.
Nothing.
More
That
than
is the
land.
town. That is the town, and that is the temple. There is nothing else. This is Harakir. There is desert, endless desert.
Not even a kind of rumor.
There is Muha, which is the town. There is Pharaoh's Rest, which is where we were, and there is the road off to the east, the west, excuse me, that you came in on. That is all. The fire and the desert, and that is all of Harakir.
Where do you think that mummy thing went?
Yeah.
I do not know. I am not a scholar of the great and terrible dark monsters that lurk in the desert sands.
Oh,
is
there one of those around here?
What about the lady in the that we?
Damn it!
Was it the lady that we talked to at the thing in town that with all the statues?
Ah, yes. So
Don't
actually,
remember.
her name is Isu, and I said it as Isa the first time, and I'm going with it. But for correction, her name is actually Isu in the actual publication. But this is the parody version, so we can change her name slightly.
So should we go talk to her maybe and see? What do you think?
Sure.
Could certainly try.
I like it.
So you head towards her temple again. It is, again, the massive building with the huge statues outside. You go inside and you're in an enormous hall. In the enormous hall, there are the two-faced statues looking in all directions of all kinds of gods. There are various doors and altars and what have you around the place. And you see her kind of bustling around in the middle of the room. Ah, my friends, greetings. How are you? I hear terrible things about your friends in the wagon. I am very sorry. Is there anything I can do?
You saw them.
I hear things. I hear the town. Didn't hear the noises, but some of the villagers said they heard screaming in the night, and then your friends weren't there, and not a difficult thing to put together.
We're hoping we could find them. Do you have any idea where they might have been taken to?
I do not even know who has taken them. The villagers say it is Anktipot come to punish us.
The guy that's supposed to be in the Pharaoh's Rest temple?
Yes, the great pharaoh who offended the gods and stole Harakir and locked it in this place.
Stole Harakir? What's that? This place?
Child, you were not listening to my tale, I do not think. Let me summarize for you. Tradition says that this place used to be connected to a larger world, and that Anktipot offended gods. He offended Osiris in particular, and in doing something, Harakir was lifted and taken to this place, and that is why it is so small, and why there is nothing else here but his tomb and the small town next to it.
Osiris is Judgy Bird God, yes?
Yes. Oh, Osiris is the dead god. Ra is the Judgy Bird god.
Oh.
Rawr.
Arr. Would you like me to show you with the other gods here? I mean, we have many statues of them. I could take you on a tour of the temple, introduce you to them all.
Yes, please.
Yes, please. Okay.
So
she takes you around the temple.
Stare disapprovingly at them.
It tells you in great detail about the statues. She starts with Geb, god of the earth crown. He is standing there with a staff. On both sides, he looks exactly the same. He looks very grounded. And she takes you to Shu, god of the air. Shu.
That's you.
Shu. Shu. You're going to love the next one. After Shu, the god of the air, you have Toughnut. You're gonna love that one. She is the goddess of moisture.
Oh, yeah, she is.
Tough nut to crack.
Toughnut, the goddess of moisture and rain. she has the head of a lioness. Then you have Horus, the god of righteous vengeance, who has a falcon's head and a staff. You have Osiris, the god of nature and rebirth, holding a crook and flail in the same way that the pharaohs do. You have Isis, who is the goddess of motherhood and children, who has an ankh and is raising her hand. Or us, cute. Set, the god of jealousy, secrets, and evil, who has the head of a donkey. You
That sucks.
Nephthys, who is the goddess of women and the guardian of wealth. You have Anubis, the god of mummification and the gatekeeper of the underworld, who has a jackal's head. And finally, you have Nut, goddess of the sky and stars. Yes, you have Nut and Tufnut. Both are actual Egyptian gods, just in case you were wondering.
Most of these are. I remember.
All of them are, because in the dark distant past of D&D, we just used normal pantheons to mix in. Why invent a whole new one when you've got a huge one already? I mean, it's pretty full, right? You've got gods of everything. Why bother changing that? Remember, there's a hole in the roof? She tells you that Ra is the god of the rising sun, lord and creator of the universe, according to the religion of Harakir. Geb is both brother and husband of Nut. Nut is the wife and sister of Shu. Osiris is the husband of Isis. There will be a test later. And the father of Horus. Set was once married to Nephthys. Set murdered Osiris, but Isis and Nephthys restored him to life. Horus fought Set to avenge his father's death, but did not defeat him. All of this is told on stories around the wall.
Cool.
That's nice.
There are also other gods depicted on the walls, including Hathor, the horned goddess of happiness. That's horned, not honey goddess of happiness. Thoth, the crane-headed god of wisdom. Ptah, god of artisans. Sobek, the crocodile-headed god of water. Bast, the cat-headed goddess of pleasure. And Anur, the four-armed god of war. Lots of gods.
Sorry, the goddess of pleasure has the face of a fish?
What? The goddess of pleasure has the face of a cat.
Oh, I thought you said
That makes sense.
No fishes in there. Bast is the goddess of pleasure and has a cat's head.
Me personally, I'm not going to remember any of this, but my character, on the other hand, she loves history and learning and knowledge, so she's soaking up everything. She's like standing right next to the guide, just like, tell me more, please.
Tell me all the things.
Just going to take for granted that anytime we need to know any of this, we can just turn to you.
Yep.
Yeah, true. You probably can. At the head of the room opposite the main doors, there's a large flat stone engraved and painted on all four sides. Various pots and offerings of food and flowers and other things are laid on the altar. Ow.
Does it say anything on the altar?
There are writings on there, but you don't understand them. They're like pictographic. You don't read them.
Oh, they're hieroglyphics.
They are hieroglyphs, yes. Because literally Harakir is wholesale Egypt. So look at it this way: a lot of Ravenloft. The central part of Ravenloft, if you actually own Curse of Strahd, is Hollywood, Transylvania. A lot of Ravenloft outside of there is Hollywood, other places. So this is Hollywood, Egypt, like you would see in those terrible movies like Curse of the Mummy's Tomb and stuff like that.
Waiting for Charlton Heston to show up. This would be great.
Yeah, I don't hate Ravenloft if you play it right. It's like hammy kind of horror kind of. It's yeah. I just hate the idea when you start mixing in like gnomish vampires. It just becomes a little bit bizarre.
You're like, sure.
Corgi.
You know, I could take like hammy Hollywood Egypt. That kind of amuses me, but you know. It is what it is, and you know, maybe you'll eventually end up in Barovia and be like, everybody speaks like a pirate farmer because I can't do Transylvanian for very long. So there are doors leading to. Did you get to go to what?
Do we get to meet I think Transylvania, and I immediately go to Rocky Horror.
Frank! You
Yes.
have to wait with
Miss Rocky Horror.
Patient.
Okay, so you wander around, you spend a little while. The sun is beginning to set as she kind of finishes her tour of the main area. She mentions that behind some of the doors there are preparation chambers for the dead. Her personal chambers are back there, that kind of thing. But she doesn't take you into the back because storerooms, that kind of stuff.
Storerooms.
What you gonna do?
I'm looking around for any rags or any other clues around Anubis, perhaps. Trying to see where it might be some of this mummy might be or be coming
Some
from.
sort of connection.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm looking for something.
Looking for all the things. Okay, I mean there are kind of rags and things lying around. I mean, the temple is clean, but I mean you consider some of this stuff might be offerings to the various gods. There's things laid at their feet. And these people don't have a great deal, so, their underwear from yesterday is probably all they've got.
Gross.
So there's nothing that you would consider to be a clue as to mummies being here.
Anubis is like, gee, thanks.
Yeah.
Perception checks if you wish.
Yeah.
Oh, I keep
So
forgetting.
I will perceive.
You
Very
guys are
perceptive.
perceiving.
We're paying attention.
Switch to tactical so we can see your rolls.
Ooh.
Even though you're...
We're all paying attention. Well,
Wow,
I was
except
not
paying attention.
Sort
I
of.
was poking at the statues.
like that. Bree's still a bear.
Yeah, she's off doing something else. Who knows?
You look around. I mean, it seems like a fairly innocuous place, other than the gigantic statues of gods. It's not. Wow, that's a 3.
You're looking at the skirts of all of the
giant gods.
Giant
Yeah, I mean, you said Tough Nut, the wet pussy god. Just all about that.
That is not what I said. That's of moisture and the rains, I think. Moisture and
That's
rain.
the wet pussy god.
Also has a lioness's head, so I don't know if that matters. Maybe she has a tail. It's difficult to tell.
Oh.
She's back to back with herself. So, I mean, you don't find anything particularly untoward. I mean, there's certain things that may be considered valuable on the altar that would be an offering, maybe an odd bowl that is particularly nice ceramic, maybe a few copper pieces. Nothing that you would consider to be suspicious. I do love it when you go quiet. All go quiet. It's like, what the fuck do we do now? What do we do?
Well, I think we should ask if we can stay with our Vado. Is the Vado with us inside the town? Or
yes,
is it outside?
Well, it's just on the outskirts of town by the spring that they use for their water.
Can I turn into a bloodhound and start sniffing out clues?
Sure. If you
Yeah.
something a bloodhound, it has scent. You should turn into a Great Dane and be Scooby Scooby Doo.
Yeah. Be Scooby.
He was a Great Dane, right?
Sure.
I think he was a Great Dane.
I think so.
Some sort of. I mean, I don't know. Maybe.
Some sort of large stoner dog.
Basically.
So are you going to sniff around town? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay, so you can go back to the Vado and investigate around it to see what happened.
I think we should look around there, but I don't know if we should spend the night around it. It didn't work out well for the Vistan.
I mean, so looking around town and knowing what you know about these zombie creatures, they pop up out of the sand, and there's a definite lot of it even through the town. It's not like there's anything that's going to stop them from burrowing through the
I'm
streets.
sorry. I seem to have some bear-induced amnesia. What the fuck are the zombies?
Did you miss that fight? I thought you were here for that one.
You were here for that one. They were.
They burrowed through the ground.
I thought those were in the. Were those in the town?
They're just
They-
everywhere.
Oh,
They
okay.
fought you around the Vardo originally, and you think that's what took the Vistani
I
along
see.
with the mummy guy on the horizon.
Well, didn't somebody, it may have been the kid, say something about sleeping on like roofs to keep the monsters
did, yeah.
from getting him?
He did. That's where Abu sleeps. He sleeps
Yeah.
on roofs.
I don't think
we'll
we
all
fit
stay
on the
a
roof.
I mean, there's several
Solid.
buildings. I mean, there's about 300 people here. I mean, that's about the total for the town. I mean, some of the houses are pretty crappy. Some of them are actually reasonably sturdy. I don't know whether they like you
Until we
sleeping
sit on their roof.
You could sleep on the roof of the Vardo.
Maybe not in bear form, but
we could ask to sleep in the temple.
Good. I mean, the temple is probably the only building in town that has a stone floor. Everything else has basically just a dirt floor.
Let's
Which
go.
is
Yeah, all of those people are sleeping on their own roofs.
totally useless against burrowing zombie monsters,
Right.
which I find kind of amusing. I'm not gonna lie, I like burrowing zombie monsters. I might include them in something else. Oh, Aaron's tired. It must be what time? 5:30.
It's I'm so tired.
Aw.
It's all that work, right? It's all that going to work and doing the things.
Yeah, all that going to
It's nice. I should take tomorrow off and have I get Monday off, which makes me super happy, but I don't get tomorrow off because I have too many meetings, which is terrible. I was gonna have a long weekend. Leah gets tomorrow and Monday off.
Hey,
that'd be nice.
That's awesome.
Did I hear a woohoo? Yeah, I heard a woohoo, which is pretty great. I mean, that's pretty great. I was going to take Tuesday off, but what's the point? I mean, I need to go to IKEA and pick up some more shelving so I can put my shit on things, but you know, I don't understand. My shit came off stuff, but now I don't seem to have enough stuff to put it back on. I don't understand what happened.
Did Leah maybe commandeer some stuff? Put stuff
It's
on?
possible. But so if you remember the old house in my study, there was 2 big closets that had like shelving on either side. Had like all of my game shit inside it. I lost those, so I think that's when the majority of it went.
Oh, that makes
So
sense.
yeah, I need many more storage things. And so, but IKEA is woefully understocked at the moment, so it's like hit or miss whether they'll have what I want.
I've heard about that.
I don't know why. I guess people have finally realized it's actually a great place to buy cheap furniture, but
Especially the storage. People are like
Especially for
reorganizing
storage.
their houses.
yeah, they're just like, let's go to IKEA. I mean, we bought a bed
Well,
there.
in home
for-
offices and stuff.
Yeah, well, that's
yeah.
Well, that's, when we were there wasn't a single desk in stock. They were all like overstocked and over thinged and back ordered, which was sad because I could really do with one because my actual desk in this room over here is just a plastic table right now. Because Leah has my old desk out of my old room.
See,
her
I was
desk.
like, I feel like the culprit here could also be Leah.
It is possible that she's taken all the things, but her room looks great. She can work in it. It looks good. It's all set up. Mine, not so much. Not so much at all. I had boxes everywhere. It's just not getting smaller. Sad. But we're working on it. We're working on it. It's good. It will happen. Anyway, what are you doing tonight? Are you going to ask to sleep in the temple?
I would like to ask Issa if we can stay in the temple, but I think we should go investigate around the area that the Vistani were taken, right?
Well, that's what I
It's
looked
okay.
at when I first came back, and I was looking through their like items and stuff, trying to see if there's any journals or anything like that. And Hal said no, so
A diary.
it was a bummer. Yeah.
My brothers are all very attractive, but I don't think I could do it with any of them. Unless I was very, very
Jeez.
drunk.
This is now like the Pornhub version of this game.
I don't want to stay in this temple anymore.
I'm digging it. I love
First
this.
we've got the goddess of lightness. Now we've got some yeah. Family
Stuff some
sexiness.
wrappings in my ears.
That's pretty fun.
The I now have enough points for a bottoms up
Don't you do
in the
it.
chat.
No. I almost have
Save
enough
that
for
for
a random
tomorrow.
encounter.
Save that for other people.
Right? So, you're going to look around the Vardo. Do you want to make me, I guess, survival-y type, perception-y type, insight-y, investigation-y type checks?
Yeah.
I'm a bloodhound. Does
Just
that
any
mean
of the above.
I
I mean,
get
it depends what you're doing. If you're looking
Large
for tracks
choice.
and stuff, it's one thing. If you're looking for just general clues, it's other things. If you're just looking to wander around and spot stuff, it's something else. So.
if I'm a
painting
dog?
my nails,
So,
apparently.
2 for survival. That's an amazing choice right
Do I get
there.
to? Do I
Yeah,
get
so
to?
I'm
I'm just hanging out and painting my nails at this point because I can
And-
give
and-
two shits.
You're so over this.
I think with a survival check of 2, you're struggling to remember how to breathe.
If I'm in dog form, can I
It's really hot.
advantage?
Or in what now form?
I'm in a dog form looking for clues.
So
Can I roll
you'll
with advantage?
probably have you'll have the scent
Oh.
feature, so you'll have additional stuff. Is that a 0?
Wow.
Mhm.
Oh my god, you guys are terrible. I thought you rolled bad last week. Yes, you roll with advantage, and you also have the scent feature for being a dog.
Hey.
21 with scent. That's pretty great. So
I'm goodest girl.
good. I'm a good girl. Good girl. I'm a good girl. I do have the, up there. I have the game Pugmire, where you play dogs doing like good stuff, and it's you follow a religion of being a good dog, which is pretty hilarious.
That is
Yeah, like the dog version of Mouse Guard.
haha.
Friend's not listening. She's
I'm
watching
sorry.
the internet.
Yes.
Okay.
No, Alekenora is a dog. Yes.
Okay. No, we were
What
just
kind of
talking
dog?
about a game that was like Mouse Guard, and I thought you'd be like, "Ooh, Mouse Guard," but you were not.
Dog
No,
Guard.
no. I'm watching this in-depth analysis of terribly boring literature.
It's not terribly boring.
Moderately.
Yeah, it's only moderately boring.
Just moderately boring. Okay. So you smell around in your dog form, and you smell that there's a tangible aroma in the air that you don't really recognize because you're not actually a dog. You think it's probably fear left in the air, and you find several holes in the ground where the sand is softer, like something popped up or got pulled in, where you suspect the Vistani were taken into
Must
the
start
ground.
digging.
Okay. You start
Mm.
digging, you dig down, and it's clear that these things can burrow pretty quickly through the ground because there's nothing there. You can dig down a little ways. It goes down maybe 10 feet before well, 6 feet before it gets pretty tough, and then they seem to have gone laterally rather than straight down.
Okay. Somebody pulled me out of this 6-foot hole, apparently.
Woof, 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 woof. That's right. So
Can we
beyond that, there's not a lot else here. Clearly, they put up a fight. You find the odd weapon lying on the ground where it was dropped. You see the odd splash of blood here and there, but other than that, clearly there was a fight here. Clearly, it was a tough one, and several people were taken, and they were terrified when they were.
And does
I
it
don't
look like
like that.
they were taken in the direction of the temple? Or can we
it
not?
looks like they literally vanished into the ground.
Mm.
They did.
The problem as well is you look around wider than the area looking for footprints or signs of movement, is that the wind that constantly blows basically blows away footprints in a matter of hours.
Bummer.
Lovely.
Constantly
horrible.
moving sands.
Hmm.
Kind of what sand does.
Yeah.
I mean, you think by now they'd have blown all the way from one side of Harakeh to the other, but apparently that doesn't happen.
I need a wind to blow in this room. My dogs keep farting.
Oh,
Oh, how is your dog?
Got a candle going.
gassy.
They're
Gassy.
They're
That's
full-
nice. Your dog is gassy. That's nice. You should talk to
Emotional.
Whitney. She makes what she calls fart spray, which is like room spray for like stinky animals. Yeah.
Oh, does it smell like farts, or is it to cover up farts?
No, it smells like farts.
No, it smells mostly like clove, which does a tremendously good job.
Nice.
Yeah, we have one bottle in every bathroom now because she gave it to us before she headed off to Reno. Now she's in Reno.
That's terrible.
Or going to Reno. Well, that's where her husband, who is now an actual doctor, will actually get a job making actual money.
But
Yay! That's exciting.
Right.
That's a tragedy. Small
But
tragedy.
going from his awful slave doctor life to an actual doctor is a huge. I have a friend who's a palliative care doctor, and apparently they get like medical advice. They get financial advice when they leave their kind of residency and get their first real job because it's possible to go totally crazy. You're going from like to like woo, and jump is many hundreds of %.
That's cool.
It's crazy, right? I mean, why do we do that? That's stupid. It's like we hate doctors, teachers, anyone who contributes to society. Only
you want to
love.
make sure that you really suffer before you get to this point.
That's right. Well, I mean,
we want to weed out also the poor folk. We can't allow
right. That's right. Unlike people who I don't know play sport or I don't know act on reality TV shows. Definitely a disparity.
Do they make that much money these days? I don't know.
I don't know how much money they make. They make more than me, probably.
Reality TV? They usually only make about. So I know what Big Brother makes. Big Brother, they make about $1,000 a week.
Oh wow.
That is pretty terrible.
But then they appear places, right?
Yeah, then they could potentially get famous for like blowing a dude on the television or whatever.
Possibly.
Infamous.
All you got to do is like show your ass on live TV and you're famous for a while. Then you've got at least 6 books out of it, all of which would cause suffering, Aaron. You'd love them.
I'm not reading any of those.
Not getting anywhere. Okay, you find very little.
Cool.
I think we should go back to the temple and stay
Call
the
it a
night.
night.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Something will probably
get to the
happen.
you get to the temple doors, and Issa is there just closing them. And she's like, I am sorry, there is a ceremony I must perform this evening.
What can you tell us about that ceremony?
Can
It
we
is a cleansing for the temple. Only myself can be in here.
How convenient.
Johnny camp. I think it'd be all right.
You think so?
Yeah.
Not that I just want you to be outside so that I can eat you. It's I wouldn't do that. That'd be super bad. That would be plot hammering you, and I would never do that.
Yeah, I guess we could stay at the camp.
Okay, so you set up around the Vardo. I assume you're setting watches.
Yes.
Watch 1.
Watch 2.
Let me see.
We have 3 watches.
I can do the first watch since I'm still a dog, but once it wears off, then.
Do the first watch because I'm still a dog.
Missy and Alekenora, watch 1.
Like that. Okay. So.
I'll be watch 3. I need my beauty sleep at the beginning.
You let your nails dry.
Beauty sleep. Funny. Am I going to pull out the Vardo map again? So, the moon is nearing its full height, and it is shining silver in the sky. You see I don't know. People on watch 1 can make me perception checks, please.
I rolled an 11 for that perceiving. Ooh, monster rolled a 9.
I hope I still have advantage because that 9 is not looking
If
great.
you're still a dog, I'll let you have advantage.
Okay.
You see on a dune a little way from you is in the moonlight, a slightly glowing apparition of a woman
Wait.
who you recognize a little bit. Looks like Dulcime.
I run towards it. Hey!
It moves away from you as you approach.
Don't go!
She's just moving across the sand towards the town.
Am I
Somehow I feel this
Not
is a
gonna
trap.
be good.
Stay right there, and I go get the rest of the group.
Hold on a second. Okay. She's just stays where she is, maybe 20 feet from you. Doesn't make a sound at all.
She's glowing?
No, she's just illuminated by the moon.
Oh. It's like she's a ghost.
No, you can't see through her. You cannot see through her, and she has color, unlike ghosts that you've seen before. Like that poor kid's ghost, Luke's ghost, because you let him die.
She could be a fancy desert ghost, though, for all we fucking know.
That's true. There are fancy desert things we don't understand.
So are we all awake now? Have we?
Yes.
Okay, Missy kicks you all in the face, and you everyone takes 6 damage from a halfling foot to the nose. No, just you wake
I'm gonna
up.
put my fist around my warhammer hilt and slowly walk in her direction.
Okay. As you approach her, she again moves away.
I thought that was the case. I think she's gonna move, and wherever we go, she's gonna keep.
And I come out of dog form and cast Thorn Whip to pull her closer.
Okay, you pop out of dog
I'm not
form.
actually gonna do that.
Okay,
Why
you're
not?
not gonna do that.
Yeah, why not?
I mean, I can, but I feel like that's probably nice to
It's
attack.
Thorn Whip does damage, right?
Yeah, it does.
Oh.
Thorn Whip does damage, so it's not like a nice pull you closer. It's like a spiky mean pull you closer.
It's like a spiky, painful hug, not like a happy lasso of truth.
Yeah, it's not like marshmallow whip. It's an entirely different
Fair.
spell.
Marshmallow.
Right? You could make that, I guess. I'd let you research that spell.
Is she moving away from town or
I'll
toward
look
town
into it.
still?
She's moving kind of into town at the moment. Everybody else's house is shuttered up against the night. It's completely silent in town. Are you
Maybe
following
she
her?
wants us to follow her.
I will
Yeah,
follow
maybe
her, yes.
Follow her.
When you stop, she also stops about 20 feet away. As you
When I
move, she
move,
just
you
continues
move.
to move away.
She needs time, like,
Just
is there
like
just
that?
something we have?
Just like that.
What was that?
Hell yeah.
What happens when one of us moves towards her and one of us moves away from her?
Moves whoever's closest, she's about 20 feet away from them.
We should surround her and then move toward each other.
I like it.
Some kind of pin. She just explodes. She rises 20 feet off the ground. I mean,
Just to avoid us.
Does he say anything to us?
she doesn't. She's completely silent the whole time, which is interesting because she was never silent before.
What's her facial expression like? I mean, does she look sad? Does she look pissed? Does she look
She looks
scared?
intent on kind of getting you somewhere. She looks like she has a job to do.
I'm gonna start running towards her.
Follow?
And she moves
Follow
faster
her.
away from you. If you follow her, she leads you straight to the doors of the temple.
What happens when we come
I
up to the
knew it.
doors of the temple?
You approach the doors of the temple, and Dulcime passes straight through them.
Oh no, she's a desert ghost!
Yeah, she's a desert ghost.
Can we open the doors from the outside?
Cannot. They're huge and stone.
Hold on.
Can,
should've been
however, make me perception checks.
Okay.
Guys are doing great.
Man, that's good.
Oh, hey,
Ooh.
20.
Whoa.
It's a good.
I
It's
can
a good,
see into
it's
the
like-
future.
Right, you perceive every. I see.
Shoot, I turned off
time.
my advantage. Oh well.
That's pretty great. I mean, it's like Tomas. It's like Tomas and Friends right now, isn't it, you guys? I mean, come on. Oh, that's funny. Tomas and Friends. Okay, Tomas hears what he thinks is a very low chanting coming from inside the temple. but it'd be fine. You did expect to be doing some rituals at this point.
Can I tell if it's multiple people? If it's one person?
Cam with the 25, it sounds like it's just one person.
Okay. And can I make out what's being chanted?
It's fun to stay at the YMCA. I'm gonna grab a drink real quick.
Quit. You're gonna need it, I think. So no, you can't make it out. The walls are way too thick, but clearly there's some chanting occurring inside this place.
Chanting.
Okay.
Chanting.
Like,
Do we wanna-
we will rock you.
That's exactly right. No, like magical spell ritual kind of chanting.
Oh, okay.
Any caster with ritual casting will understand that's that kind of chanting.
Is there any way to get onto the roof from outside? And
Walk around.
Ooh.
Yeah, because the roof is open.
Correct.
Right.
The roof is it's a flat building. The roof is open.
Wait. So the doors are locked shut? Is that what the problem is?
Correct. The doors are
Yeah.
locked. You walk around the building
Can
and you
I-
find. Oh, go! I'm sensing a knock spell.
Can I mage hand?
The doors
Don't we wanna-
are
if
doors are
if we-
probably 12, 14 feet high and made of 2-foot thick stone.
And if we don't know what's going on inside, it might make sense just to try and spy from the roof before making ourselves known.
I guess that's true.
That's a great idea. Yeah. Let's climb up there.
If we can.
So you walk around the outside and you find that against one of the sides towards the back is a large ladder.
Convenient.
How convenient.
Isn't it though?
Why
You thought
ever
that you
up
might
there?
want to get on this roof. See, old adventure stuff. What are the players going to do? Let's give them a ladder to stop them fucking around trying to get up the wall. Modern adventures, they're just like, you want on that roof? You're going to have to fucking levitate, make a rudimentary lathe. I mean, what?
You could probably
You know,
Misty step up there.
You could probably Misty step up it. It's although it is pretty high.
Miss.
I'm gonna acrobatics my way up there.
Okay, you all climb the ladder and no one breaks a leg.
Hooray!
The base of the temple is in the center of the roof is a circle engraved and painted with symbols and names. Lines of various lengths and patterns extend from the circle in seemingly random order. At the center of the circle is a hole.
Is it moist?
It might be moist. There is superimposed over all of this is a painting that you now recognize as the goddess Nut.
Of course it is.
Scattered across the rooftop are small pyramids of various heights and sizes. Each pyramid is engraved with a symbol. Each pyramid has a hole in the top. The heads of Ra and Ankh Pot, the two giant statues, come up over the top, and you can see the backs of them. Also in the roof, there is a gigantic hole leading into the temple, which you've looked out of before.
Is there anything in the holes on the pyramids? Like, can we look into a few of the pyramids?
There may be like an inch across, and they're
Okay.
round.
Interesting.
Like to put like a pole or something in, maybe like.
Yeah,
a
kind
That
of.
would seem to be something like you might want to put in there if you had something similar. That would be a thing that might slide in there nicely.
A pole.
Hole.
In the hole.
Hole. I mean, there's a
You
bunch
got
of
a
holes,
hole.
but everybody's having flashbacks to Indiana Jones now. I know you are.
There's poles around up here. Sorry,
Oh, there are no poles. There's holes for poles. Pole holes.
Oh god, I just
I've got.
flashback of.
I have a quarterstaff. Will that work?
I mean, you can
wanna
stick
fill
your
it with
quarterstaff. You can stick your quarterstaff in the hole. It's just going to stick there and just sit.
I want to take a look
any
in.
kind of plane or knowledge, any kind of knowledge of anything that might have anything to do with the stars? Astronomy?
History?
Religion?
I mean, religion's probably the closest you've got if you haven't got anything else, because somewhere in there somebody's talking about a star, I'm sure. Arcana, maybe?
He does
Oh,
not.
yeah.
Arcana might work.
I have Arcana.
That's a good call. Let's roll. There we go. A 20 on Arcana will work. So this whole diagram seems to be something to do with the celestial patterns and celestial flows. So suns, moons, stars, and their interconnection with each other.
It's like a constellation.
Well, yeah.
Can we
it's
take
some
the
kind of.
Osiris statue and stick it in the middle of this drawing? See what happens.
Ra- you mean the statue of Ra?
Movable?
The statue of Ra is about 35 feet tall and attached to the front of the temple.
My bad. I
But
thought
you
there
can
were
get to the-
little statues. that
But
had
while
holes in
you're
their head.
over there contemplating whether you can pick him up, you can make me a perception check. And the 19. So on the back of the head of Ra is an engraving of 6 stars in a circle.
Ooh.
Oh no, not more stars, engravings.
6 stars.
Let's save ourselves some time and go fight Marcus the Zombie King in the mausoleum.
Marcus the Zombie King. Yeah, you've seen 6 stars before. It's the symbol of Ostaroscon.
We're just gonna be like going through all these adventures. It's just gonna be the same villain in a different wig.
Yeah, right.
That's right. It's
Total
exactly-
Scooby-Doo.
It's going to be the same story. They're just going to get slightly tougher. And then, yeah, that's right. They're just going to have a different wig on.
Great.
Also, we
It's
had
like
the
an
readings.
endless
The reading said
Scooby-Doo
look for
where
the
it's-
sign of 6.
Oh yeah, yeah.
The king understands the hex as the knave does not. This is the symbol for physical power.
Ooh, look at that,
6
so
of
much of
clubs
notes.
holds power to destroy.
Makes me happy. There you go.
We gotta club these 6 stars off the wall. Got it.
If it wasn't for those kids in the
6 stars on the back of Ra's head.
Well, I think we should also take a look and see in the main, the large hole, and just kind of see what's going on inside the temple.
You glance down. You can hear the chanting a little clearer now. It's probably in your head coming from close to the altar at the top end.
Can we see anything, or
The whole place is pretty dark except for the moonlight streaming in, but you can make out what you suspect is probably Issa at the altar chanting.
She told us she'd be doing, so.
yeah,
It's just Issa at the altar chanting.
is she doing anything weird or just standing
Can't
there?
really see her. You'd have to kind of get down. So the hole is
Okay.
actually more above the entrance door than it is above the altar. So it's
Okay.
more towards the front of the temple than the back. So you can kind of look down and kind of see her shape of her and hear her, but you can't really see what she's doing.
You need to hold somebody's legs and lower them into the hole.
I mean, that would work.
I'm
You
real.
actually wanted to see her. That was what works.
Is Dulcime visible at all?
So you can't see Dulcime at all. She's vanished and in the desert long ago. Well, 2 days ago. 1 night ago.
Well, no, I mean like the
The
glowing
image of her.
Oh no, she's vanished. She doesn't seem to be in there at all.
Her visage was leading us here.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason.
Perhaps
Are
for
you
the stuff on
dangling-
top.
Are you dangling someone in through the hole?
I don't dangle.
Greatly amused me. Not gonna
I bet
lie,
the
it
gnome
would make me
dangles.
super happy.
I have experience with dangling. It's cool.
We can dangle Saul in.
Oh no.
You want to? Okay. So you're dangling your gnome friend into the hole.
It's everything he ever dreamed of.
He thought it was going to be a boring afternoon. Okay, Saul. Issa is kneeling before the altar, spelt wrong. She isn't wearing her usual headdress. In its place is a strange crown with a cobra and vulture prominently carved onto it. She's swaying back and forth with her head thrown back, eyes closed, chanting in a strange song-like tone. There's a hot, coppery smell. On the altar, spelled correctly, before Isu, is a grisly pile of meat.
Yum.
Realize that her hands and face are bathed in blood. A bright red bandana is wound around her left wrist. A thin haze rises from an incense jar and coils around her. You can make me a, let's say, insight check.
Okay. Insight. Oh no.
9. You've seen that bandana before somewhere. You are pulled back up, and me relay this to your friends.
Did it belong to one of our traveling friends, the guys?
Maybe. I mean, he saw it, and if you want to talk about it, then yeah, he's like, sure, I saw. You realize that Dulcime wore a red bandana.
Just a silver bandana.
Do we happen, if I look over the back
The meat
along...
look vaguely human-shaped.
I mean,
They
it's
look
hard to tell at
Dulcime-ish.
this distance, but yeah, maybe.
So I noticed, if I look off the side, I assume we're all on the roof, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna look off back at the sand below us. Do I notice any hands coming out?
All the
Yeah.
hands. No, there's nothing in this. The sand seems quite handish. It is
What if she's the one that's causing all of it?
She's like summoning them or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we maybe throw something in there to see if it would like interrupt her, possibly?
Like a tiger.
Let's shoot her.
Okay, just roll me a lever and I'll just punch her with a club.
That was a really quick, just just.
I mean, I'm all for action.
Give her a bump in the head.
What you gonna do?
We saw that on the back of Raw. What was Raw the only statue that was like partially above the roof, or was there was another one?
The other statue is Anktopot, who is supposedly the pharaoh who did something awful. Supposedly he killed Ra's priests and did terrible things.
Is there anything on the back of that one?
Oh, just on the back of Ra. Six stars on the back of his head. Can we investigate them?
Yes.
Yeah.
Want to make a perception check? Yeah, you do. Ooh, a 20. You think there's... the stars appear to be in the middle of what might well be a secret compartment.
Oh.
Are we all rolling perception or just Thomas?
Oh, he's found it.
Shoot.
Everybody's confused. Hello, Tyrael. Hi, big boy. How you doing? Tyrael says hi. Say hi, Tyrael.
Aw, I love
Hi,
it.
Tyrael.
Aw.
Heads under the table. They can't see you.
Yeah, Fluffy.
He's shy.
Oh, that little wolfy dog.
He's so
Hi, big
big.
boy. He's a giant
Fluffy
monster.
Juno.
He's a giant monkey. There he is. There's his happy face.
Oh.
Yay.
His nose. Hi, big boy.
Snoot.
He's got a big one. I'm booping. Kind of smelly, Tyrael. He's been out in the heat, I think. Leah warned him. Juniper on this side too. So normally he'll just sit and watch me work. So it's supervisor too. Oh, hello, Juniper. Now they both want pets. I've got a dog on each hand.
Well, you started it. Yep.
Bear with me.
Yeah. You guys
Oh, everybody drinks.
finished it up.
All right.
Hey. Cheers.
Hang on, Juniper. Got a drink. Hold on. There we go. I'm back again. Hello. Let's patch you. What is this? Dog invasion exactly? What is going on? Dog invasion. Really? No one wants to hear that. No one wants to hear that. No one wants it. No
I
one
do.
wants that. Hello, Juniper. Hello, Juniper. I want to hear Juniper barking.
Yes. I love
Feel free to
Juniper.
visit, really. Juniper's a good crazy dog. Go on, go chase her. She's getting up and down the stairs better. We had concerns for a while that she wouldn't actually be able to get up and
no.
down the stairs all that well, but she's doing it like a champ right now.
This was Juno's first house with stairs also, and her flight upwards was okay. The first time down was very
It was a controlled
surprising.
fall.
Yeah. She touched maybe 2
tumbled.
stairs. It's like, there's like 30 stairs. It's quite steep, yeah, and she just fell.
Like 30 stairs. Really?
Yeah.
How tall is your house?
When I first
Pretty
moved into my
tall.
apartment with Sammy, she didn't know how to do stairs at first, but then suddenly she was like, "Oh, I can climb up these stairs like a little bullet," and she would just
Aw.
suddenly teleport up to the top and be staring down at me like, "Hey, hurry up!"
Aw, it's cute. Stairs and dogs. Yeah.
All right, so there's a secret compartment here, and is it obvious at all how to open it? Can I perceive that with my 20?
It's not obvious how to open it, no.
Can my
Probably has something to do with these holes.
Maybe.
Oh, is it
Do you
I'm
want
gonna
to
go
get
over there with my little bitty rogue hands and see if I can do anything.
hands?
Fondle it.
Yeah.
Hold it.
I'm gonna talk real nice and be like, "Hey, sweetie,
Hey,
you
Ra.
to open up.
How's it going? Let me tickle the back of that head.
What's up, Butterfoot?"
I'm gonna grab another drink.
Do it.
You roll. Who's rolling what? So 24.
Oh, I didn't. Sorry. You want me to roll for
Perception.
the thieves?
Tickle Ra's head.
Thieves tools.
Tools if you want. Or you can roll perception first. Thieves tools works. Okay. You pick open the very incredibly trapped it's not trapped, but a future reference, no thief in the world would just stick their tools in without investigating it first.
Well, Tomas
She let
investigated.
Tomas investigate.
But as a thief, you recognize traps, and he, as a cleric, does not. You figure out how to open it, and you kind of work your tools in and lift it up and open it. Inside, you find a scroll.
Dulcimer.
Inside.
Yeah.
You find Dulcimer inside. No, you find an old dusty scroll inside.
Oh,
That's
oh,
big
man. Here you go, Karou. Here's some more shit for you.
Some shit.
Here's
So,
some shit.
you've read this before. It's
Okay.
that scroll again.
It's that scroll.
Hyskosa thing. It says, "These signs were foreseen by Hyskosa, a Vistani most gifted with the sight. Spread word of these wherever you travel. Only the true-hearted can stop the fall of the Night of Evil." And it says, "The Night of Evil shall descend on the land when these hex of signs are near at hand. In the house of Dagon, the sorcerer born, through life and living shall scorn. The lifeless child of stern mother found heralds a time, a night of evil unbound." Why am I not surprised? "Seventh time the son of suns doth rise, to send the knave to an eternity of cries. In Argira will make his fortunes reverse, dooming all to live with the terrible curse." That's it. There's only 4 on this one, which is interesting for a Hexad. You're missing some you've seen before.
Does the House of Dagon, does that ring a bell to them? I don't.
Not at all.
Okay. All right. Good to know. We found another clue, Tomas. Did you miss it?
It's the scroll, right?
Yeah.
It is the scroll, but it only
Was
has
it inside
four.
the compartment?
It was, and it only has 4 of the verses, not 6, like you've seen.
Interesting.
I still don't know what to do with this information.
Well, look at me, I'm a dog.
I've seen it. But I don't know what to do with it.
On a roof. Like, that's funny.
We are.
We are on a roof.
We could sleep on this roof.
Good. Sleep. To do her ritual. Just sleep.
I kind of feel inclined to jump down into the hole and bite her on the leg.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a long way down.
The gnome.
I'm not gonna do it. I'm just saying.
It's like 30 feet from here to the floor.
Ask levitate then.
What was that?
She said she was cleansing, though. I don't know if we do interrupt the
We
process.
Who is she cleansing? Her plate? Like, there's a big old pile of some dead something or other.
And why
It's
does
dead
she have the
She's chanting.
the
And
handkerchief or whatever it was, the bandana?
yeah.
Can I?
Seems strange.
Where can I cast this? Hold on.
Oh.
So maybe we should interrupt her.
I don't know.
I'm trying to see if we can maybe like just.
I'm just
Well,
gonna.
The altar.
I have prestidigitation.
Are we still dangling the gnome down there?
No, I
No, he
assumed
pulled him back up.
Okay.
Get
Well, I
anything all you
can,
want, though, baby.
We can return to dangling.
Yeah.
I can like do something illusionary to maybe disrupt her a bit and just see if that does something.
Oh my god, there's barky dogs everywhere in my house.
Right? And I can't really do that.
I'm gonna start barking at Isu. Yes.
Just barking. Ruff, 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 ruff. There's a dog on the roof. Happens every day. There's a dog on the roof. You actually barking at her? You are barking at her?
Cast
Bark.
bark.
Yeah,
Okay,
cast.
bark.
I cast bark.
Or
Cast
you cast bark.
Okay. She seems to after a few good barks, she seems to stop. It seems like she has actually finished with what she was doing. She kind of wraps it off. It's all pretty nice, you know. She wraps up, and she turns and looks up at you. You see that her headdress is a cobra and a vulture prominently carved to face you. She's also holding a staff that has a snake's head on the top.
I want that. I want that.
Oh, the snake staff! Oh, the snake staff! She's standing in this thin haze of smoke from this jar.
So she knew we were up there the whole time, basically.
Well, the barking didn't kind of gave you away.
Oh, true.
We're never going to be allowed in this temple again.
Right.
Pretty funny.
Does she just stand there?
Oh, she just looks at you and shakes her head.
Shame.
So disappointed in us.
Can someone ask her about the handkerchief, perhaps, instead of just barking at her?
You're barking at her.
I yell at her.
Asking if she worships Bolts of Doom.
Right? Yeah, she might. You never know.
Conan the Barbarian reference.
Love
that movie.
Watch
There
the
was
new
way
one.
more
It's
fucking
not
in
a
that movie
great
than I
movie.
thought.
The
Not
new one,
expecting
not
that.
a great movie. Was that?
Conan
like
the
it?
Barbarian. So much fucking.
Didn't like it.
I just wasn't expecting it. I didn't say I didn't like it. Just.
But you weren't expecting Conan the Barbarian.
I thought there'd just be more fighting, less less love making.
Story.
Yeah.
Less story.
So
Plus,
it's
I mean,
80s fantasy. There's always a lovemaking scene in those.
yeah, I mean, most of the actual stories can be like Conan comes in, he likes a lady, he murders the guy who was in charge of the lady, he steals the lady, has the lady, leaves the lady,
Yep.
steals something the lady might own. I mean, it's all fairly standard stuff for back when it was written.
I am a bit confused what we're doing here, though. So I know Alekenora barked at her, and she kind of turned and shook her head, right? But then that's
She's looking up at you at the moment.
Mm-hmm. Can she see us all through that little hole?
Yeah, it's not a little hole; it's a huge hole.
Okay.
Could easily, all of you could jump at once and get down of it.
Make like a little
ladder.
How far? It's 30 feet to the ground.
Ooh.
We should ask about the handkerchief. I mean, let's
Are we
try to
going
get
in?
some information here before we get kicked off this roof.
I like that. We're gonna get
We
kicked
should
off
ask
this
about
roof.
the freaking ghost, maybe.
Are we going in?
I don't
Are we
think she
going
saw the
there?
ghost.
Do we
The
want to
ghost-
like?
I mean, she probably knows there's a ghost.
Well, she was facing the other direction from the direction that the ghost came in and disappeared.
Maybe you should tell her all this, Tomas.
I think she ate the ghost.
All right, I'm going to call down. I'm going to say, we need to speak to you, or speak with you, not to you.
I'm gonna speak at you.
We
Can
did
you meet
talk
us at the door?
you.
Hold on. I need a. Where are we? I'm a 2 mat. Okay, I'm moving you to a new map.
Oh. That's
All right,
not
we're
a
only
good
going to
sign.
use like 1 or 2 of these rooms, but
Oh,
it's pretty big. So let me just zoom that out a ways so you can see it a bit. Just going to use that big square central. Actually, let's use that. Let's use the big southern room. Why not? Just the big entrance area to this terrible tomb. Terrible tomb. Okay, I'm gonna use
Ooh,
that.
I like this spooky looking temple.
Spooky. It's not really spooky, but I think it's just an old temple. But still,
Anything can be spooky
Okay.
if you give it the right kind of flair.
could indeed be quite spooky. I think. Let's have some initiative because she's
I
gonna
mean,
attack you.
With the
Uh-oh.
right kind of lighting and music, it's a spooky, mysterious temple. With the wrong kind of lighting and music, it's just some shitty, neglected piece of crap building.
She doesn't want to
Alright,
talk.
Hold on,
combat.
and I need to drag your tokens on. Hold on.
Yeah, I was like, I don't see myself yet.
I'll get you. Hold on.
She
Haven't
doesn't want to
found
talk, huh?
He's just gonna attack you. Is what's gonna
Yeah,
happen.
great.
He's a little evil.
We walk back down to the front door.
You are on her roof. No, you didn't. She's going to attack you before you left. After you barked at her and said hi. Let's assume you're on the roof. Yeah. Hopefully this
Aren't
will
we-
act you up.
aren't we
Gonna
literally
attack us from up
Oh, literally
there.
on the roof. Okay.
We
So
also
you
have the
got
fire.
sun or the fire. I'm going to guess Kevin's at the pond. And Abu is elsewhere but nearby. Let's pull you all. Hang on, I'm
Oh,
going to draw.
yeah, is he still hanging around? Forgot about him.
Going to draw a
Hey!
square on this.
What happened to the other guy that wanted us to take him with us?
The crazy drunken guy.
Yeah, him.
He still wants you to take
He
him
wound
with
up.
you.
We still have our guide somewhere with us too, right?
Yeah.
The guide is
Yeah.
still with us.
he's
Or is he,
protecting Kevin
Kevin
and
and
Bia.
Bia.
did he say, fuck this, I don't want to fight more zombies?
And stuff.
I'm out.
Fuck
Say
this
that
shit, I'm up.
This is the roof hole. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, that's the hole in the roof. So let's
Oh.
say that this area here to the north is the altar. Oop. So that's a good start. Let me zoom that out. Oop.
KKK.
Yep. There we go. Okay, so you guys can arrange yourself around this roof hole. I'm assuming you're going to be kind of more to the south of it because you were looking at the altar. And then you can. I need a cleric of some description. Let's see here.
I'm being dangled about right there.
Dangling. Aaron, we're dangling.
I'm not dangling. I am not dangling.
Everyone can take and make initiatives if you like.
We do not.
I did so good, you guys.
Oh,
I'm
gosh.
so proud of you.
Two.
It is a 2.
Oh my god.
And a 3 and a 5.
Just gonna pick up what is considered to be a clerical asset.
And I'm
which is
out of practice. I forgot to have my tokens selected again. Wait, no, I didn't.
Are you in there? Are you good?
I accidentally did it correctly.
Yeah, there's no really good clerics. That's pretty terrible.
Aw.
I hate the free tokens.
Listen to him, Colt. We think you're a great cleric.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm in my token selection. typing cleric, I get just a bunch of somber priest, priestess of. Okay, we're just gonna go with. I'm just gonna take. That's a dude, but it'll do for
It's
now.
got some giant masked gorilla thing, so I don't think it has to be totally accurate.
What?
Okay, so there she is. She's not really like that because that's a guy. Hey, he's got a stick, so be thankful it's got that. All right.
It looks like he has a mouse on his forehead.
It's a little piece of hair because he's slightly bald.
It looks like the little god emote from.
It's pretty funny, right? So, yeah. She begins to cast a spell, and does cast a spell, and then combat may begin. Let's see what she's casting. Oh, what great choices you have! What a wonderful choice at range clerics have.
No.
Blah.
Oh.
Such a great choice at range for clerics. She's probably not going to cast much at all, is she? It's pretty terrible.
Good luck finding that cleric.
That must suck for you.
Isn't it though? A streak of light blasts out of her hand, and it heads straight towards Tomas.
No.
Great.
Don't worry, it's a guiding bolt. It's not going to hurt you that much.
Wait, why are we all out of order?
Oh, because I haven't arranged you yet. Hold on. She's getting her attack because you were just like, blah, 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 blah. Let's have a conversation. What did she do? She has to make a ranged attack for this? Ranged spell attack. That's taking into effect. Thingy.
Trying not to be murder hobos, Hal, but now you're laughing at us, and I think we're going to.
She's like
silence.
silence.
So much for not trying to be murder hobos.
Yeah.
Fine, we'll just fight everything then. Like we really want to.
The 20.
They started it.
20 does.
radiant.
Yes.
20 radiant. It's a 4d6. That's a good spell.
Missy Belchiot.
14 damage.
Jesus. Jesus. Okay.
Let me roll
All
her
right.
initiative.
All right.
Which one are
Yeah.
you?
This isn't going to be good.
This is you, right?
It's on a 6. Hold on,
Yeah.
let me add it.
The nearly dead one?
Yeah.
Okay.
And she got a 6 for her actual initiative. So let's pop that. She is. I need to give her a 6. And then we can do.
I'm like,
Okay, top of the order. Missy, what's going on? The cleric in the hole has just attacked you, buddy.
Ah,
Cleric in the
not
hole.
Tomas. I shoot her.
Shoot her with what?
My bow.
Okay. What's the max range on that?
My little better bow.
What the hell are you?
The short bow?
You probably good.
Probably like 100 at least.
Yeah.
320. Think we're good.
Mhm.
Minimum.
15 to hit.
15 is probably gonna cut it. Actually, she's not that hard to hit.
It would be
Not bad
10.
at the damage. Dear Lord.
Does that count as her acting as part of the round, or is that?
Gone. She had a round
So-
because you were talking and she just cast a spell on you.
All right,
She's
so
gone.
just the 4. Just the 4. I don't get the sneak since she acted.
Shoot her. It hits her. Everybody's happy. There's something going on. It's all good.
And then I'm going to. Can I like move behind these rocks? Can they give me partial cover?
They're not really rocks. Remember, the roof is flat with pyramids and shit. Remember, you're above a hole. This is just a representation of the space.
My bad. I'm sorry. So she came up on
I
the roof?
mean, there's no map of this room in the adventure, so we're just going to use this one.
No, that's all right. I was just thinking. So she's still down below us, though, right?
Correct. She's down below you at the altar.
Could she see me if I step back here?
Probably not. If you step even like 10 feet off the edge of the back from the hole, she can't really see you.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Is this a hole too? What is this? Is this the altar?
That's the altar. I just thought I'd put it there
okay.
because, you know, why not? Trying to be complete and all that. Hey, Karou, it's you.
I'm going to fire a very cold chromatic orb at her.
Ooh, Chromatic Orb. Yes.
Hold on. Isn't there a way I can give myself? Hold, please.
Hold, please.
Hold, please. Hold, please. I'm trying to see if I have a way to give myself advantage.
Sure you do.
Not that I can think of or find immediately, so I'm just going to do it at level 1. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't roll extra.
10 to hit.
10 to hit?
Won't hit her.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Does the orb do anything if it misses?
I don't believe so. No. Just, flies past her.
Out of range.
Yeah.
I like how chat's just like, let's kill it because she's got a snake crown.
I want her snake staff, so...
I want a snake staff. Poor lady.
I will step back away from the edge just so she can't hit me.
Okay.
That is all.
Ding. Okay, that is all. Saul, it's you.
Oh.
Not terribly useful from up here, but I do have a crossbow. So, how about...
Oh, wait.
Blink.
And
I'll just kind of...
Oh, we're good.
Oh, yes, your magic.
I don't know. It could turn the tide if I actually, fire something off useful.
It's fine. Okay, anything else? Or are you done with your terrible crossbow shot?
That's it.
Yeah, that's pretty terrible. That's pretty terrible. That's it? Okay. Let's go with her. I'm perturbed that you're on the roof, I think. That's kind of awful. It's not like, kind of annoying to be on the roof. Let's
Sucks for her.
That's right. It does suck for her a lot.
Maybe she shouldn't have initiated a fight in a disadvantaged location.
We
did want to talk.
Yeah, we just wanted to talk.
She was a little rash.
Yeah. So rude.
He begins to cast a spell and is surrounded by fiendish-looking spirits that whirl all around.
Creepy.
Spooky.
Begins to
spooky.
cast, meaning it's going to cause a
And then she
concentration.
finishes.
Oh,
Then she
okay.
finishes. It's an action for her.
Interesting.
And then she...
What do the spirits look like?
They look like ghosts of demons. They look like fiendish creatures, but in spirit form.
They look. Can we hit them? Are they corporeal at all?
Don't seem to be. If anyone wants to make me, I guess a spellcraft check.
Like Arcana?
Sure. Yes, I forgot they have spellcraft. Or religion will work too.
I'm consistently rolled a 14 on
am-
Arcana.
Spells.
Did it
It's the
neither of
spell.
those?
It's the spell Spirit Guardians.
Oh, okay. I was going to say our cleric, right?
Yeah.
Sure. It's the spell Spirit Guardians.
So she's evil.
It's definitely not a pleasant-looking spirit guardian right there. And she steps off a little to the side into the corner of the room.
Do we kind of get the sense that this is the same lady from before, or like she's been possessed by someone?
It looks like the same lady from here.
Like, she doesn't seem like she's being controlled, or
It's hard to tell from 30 feet in the air and about 60 feet across.
she's just being a bitch then.
I can get down there, but I don't know about the rest of my group.
If you can get me down there, I can try and tank a little bit.
Yeah, right.
Go down there,
turn
barely
barely
jump
Only
up.
30 feet. What's that, 3d6? You're going to be fine.
Do I still have a wild shape, or did we long rest at all?
You're a dog.
You were a dog, so then
I
you
was
get
a
two,
dog,
so you
but
got
now
one more.
I have one more. Okay, I might use it then.
Bow.
It's my turn. Oh, it is my turn. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
It's your turn.
Okay. And I would like to want to get down there to try and get to her to make her focus more on me with my wild shape. But I don't
you
want to
do
take the drop 30 feet damage. Is it possible for me to have the spell Entangle, which makes a lot of plants? Instead of using it to trap somebody, can I use it to make a little like weird plant staircase to get downstairs?
I like it.
Not really. No.
Oh.
I mean, that's a great idea, but unfortunately, all it does is like make like plants that are like 2 or 3 inches high that are going to unravel your. There are other spells that you could have used.
Do we
Not
have any
entangle.
rope that we can rappel down?
Assuming the
Plenty
party
of
has
rope.
Oh, I've got rope.
We all have
The
rope.
party just never does well with rope, that's all. We
only
have
have
a very bad history with rope.
It's true. It's true. We almost
I
had a
mean,
party wipeout.
It's an
Play with
option.
rope.
Yeah.
It is an option.
How much
Yeah.
damage do I take if I just jump down there?
6 per 10 feet. Make a roll to land better, I think, acrobatics or athletics to drop. And you'll take half, I think.
I mean, I'll go down there as soon as someone can tank her.
Yeah, I was like, if somebody could get me down there, then I could turn into something big and nasty.
I can get
I think
myself down
maybe on
there.
this time, maybe you should help our cleric, and then
Yeah.
go down. And
All right.
then
Well,
both
the
of y'all
only
could tank together, potentially, as an idea. But
Cast-
do whatever feels best.
I'll cast Cure Wounds for now on Mr. Cleric,
Mr. Cleric.
which I guess means I should probably move over here.
That's probably a good
And
plan.
I'll apparently only give him 7 HP, which is kind of sad.
It's pretty sad. But I mean, yeah, right. You want to be a bear more than you want to do any of that.
Since I'm gonna be a bear, actually, as a bonus action, I'm also gonna cast Healing Word.
Oh, really? On him too.
And also
Nice.
only give 7. That's cool. Thanks, dice.
That's full health.
Oh, well, there you go.
Well done.
Congrats, well done.
Thank you.
Why do you
Good.
only have 19 health?
That ends my turn, and I'm gonna get a drink.
Thomas, it's you. Back
What?
to health.
Hold
from the
Hold
cleric.
on, I have a question.
Yes.
How does my cleric who wears plate have less hit points than I do? Did you guys level to level 3?
Yes. I have
You
19
only
hit
have
points.
19 hit points.
My hit points were
You gotta copy
reduced.
Ice Shield.
Oh, yeah,
you
yeah. You're poisoned down.
down.
I was poisoned.
Oh, is
And
that
you're healed
permanent?
back. You
Yep.
healed yourself, so you're back up.
Oh.
I don't remember how much
5.
that
It
was.
dropped you by 5.
5.
You're 24. Yes,
24.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Um,
I'm like, how does me, as a sorcerer, have more hit points than my plate-wearing cleric? Yeah, that makes no sense.
Super tough.
I mean,
I know I got really big last time, but
Oh, that was funny.
now, if we want to get down there and we want to use rope to do so, is it going to take an action to tie up some rope and put it down?
Yes, and then it'll take a move to start to climb and a roll
Okay,
to climb.
then I want to go ahead and
If you want to make me an insight check, because it's a way of telling you things. There is a.
Okay.
I was going to say it's not an obvious. There is a ladder here. You all came up it, and it is not attached to the building.
Okay.
We'll get that.
Just over there.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna grab the ladder and then put it down, like right
Okay.
over here in the corner.
Moving to get the ladder, grabbing the ladder, and moving back and dropping it in the hole. I will consider a whole
Yes.
action, a whole turn.
Fair enough.
Wait, where is this ladder?
Right here in the corner.
There in the corner. Okay, that sounds good. Let's draw a ladder. Ooh, we get to draw a thing. That's exciting times. Let's draw something with the draw button. Let's make it ladder colored. Oh, ladders, ladder colored. This.
ladder colored.
Yellow
What does that even mean? What color is it, ladder colored?
Ladder
It's
colored.
red.
Let's do 2 ladder colored spaces. There you go.
is
Nice
fiberglass.
A red ladder colored.
ladder colored. Okay, so Thomas has put a ladder in the hole. Taylor, it's you.
Yeah. Could I? Where she's situated in this room, if I'm at the edge here, can I still see her and hit her, or is she far enough back? Okay.
Oh, you can still kind of duck down a bit. You can see enough to target her, unless you need to see all of her. You can see some of her.
Does not say I need to see all of her. So.
You just need line of effect for most spells.
Yeah. Okay, so I will shoot her with a firebolt.
Bolt.
See what happens. 21 to
will
hit.
hit. 8 damage.
8.
It's good. Set her aflame. Well, you don't. but
Yay!
you try it.
And then I'm gonna, I guess, step back so she can't shoot me with anything.
Right. Supposedly.
Back.
She's so close to flame strike. It's depressing. Missy, it's you.
Shoot her.
Shoot her with your bow.
Yes, I'm going to
Just
step.
you move up, shoot her, and then move back.
Yes, precisely.
Bang.
Bit of a one-trick pony.
Just doing the hokey pokey. 23 is a nice shot.
Thanks.
That will hit her.
For a whole
4 damage.
Well, you know, it's a
It's a
short
hit.
boat.
Yes, every little bit helps.
She's tickled.
Yeah.
Just
Right.
quite tickled. Are you done?
Yeah, that's
Tickle,
it.
tickle.
Karou, it's you.
Do you plan on going down there, Saul?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
I'm a terrible shot, so.
It's
Um,
time to get into combat and fight some stuff.
I'm just gonna move up to. Wait, where is she? Can I reach her from there? I can totally reach her from there.
In that top line. Yeah, I guess spells have got tons of range.
I mean, like, I can see her and everything, right?
Yeah, you can see enough of her.
Okay.
About
We're gonna try
35
this
foot away.
stupid chromatic orb again.
There we go.
Hey,
Hey.
Yeah, that's
nice.
pretty chromatic. That does hit. Oh, hello. That's a
That was
20.
weird.
That's a critical. Did you just do 22 points of damage?
Nope.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
Look at you,
Technically, I did
Karen.
21 last time. I
Negative
just missed her.
Ow, that's pretty nice. That's 22 points of damage. That's good.
Did
We
kill
killed
her
her already.
Oh, you didn't.
And
And
Still
then I'm gonna
going.
use. I think I can use it. Yeah, it's a bonus action.
What's going to be of us killing her?
I'm gonna use. I don't know. We'll find out. She attacked first. I'm gonna use Misty Step to jump down
Can
safely.
you go 30 feet with it?
Exactly 30 feet with it.
Okay, so you kind of step off and just appear on the ground.
Correct.
It's pretty cool.
Want to get down there.
Wizards,
I want to fight.
wizards on the ground. Oh, sorcerer's on the ground. Make
Sorcerer's
a roll,
on
make
the
a
ground.
roll. Make a roll. Roll.
Make a roll?
To the roll.
Oh yeah, make a roll.
D20.
Roll. Oh, right.
Just a
Ooh,
three.
close.
Saul, it's you.
Boink.
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 I take the ladder down.
down.
Going down the ladder. So you're sliding down, walking down, carefully going down, double moving down.
Who uses that?
Get to the
And
bottom.
Ladders are for.
there. I'm also
Also
making
make
myself a little bit zippier.
So making yourself harder to hit. That's a good idea.
So, what did I roll? A D8, I believe, for my action dice.
4. That's pretty nice. Evasive footwork. It's her
4.
turn.
You just river dance down the ladder or what?
He just river danced down the ladder.
Okay, so
So,
things
things
take
take me down.
Sorry for the cat drive-by.
Drive by.
So cool.
Hey, get down.
Is it pig?
Yes, of course it's pig. There
Aw.
he goes again.
I think
All that action is pretty much for moving gets me down.
Oh, you said I could
double moving a thing where you waste your attack action to move more? Or is that not a thing?
I think it is a thing. Aaron, that's a thing, right? You can you double move in 5e?
Instead of doing your action, though, that would be your action.
Yeah, you can double
I think
move.
you
So
can
you're basically
dash.
on the floor, right? 30 feet of your movement is getting down the ladder.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And
And
You're effectively at the bottom of the ladder.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So
We have to take a
Is
shot
using-
every time I see a cat butt.
I
I
move,
move,
and
and
Oh, we would be really
yeah,
drunk.
that's
that's
probably
probably
part of
part
it.
of it.
Actually, I'm a little bit slower. So,
So
probably
took me.
I'm still,
I'm still
climbing down,
use my second movement to finish moving over there.
I
I
only
only
go
go 25 normal speed. So,
I'm
in your face.
That's
That's
All
as far
right.
as
So you're 25 normal speed. But you're 30 feet down the ladder and you started over here. That'd be
Oh,
very
yeah,
fast.
so
So
we
it
have
would be that
us
here, so
20,
15 go down 15,
another.
I don't know, something like
here,
here-ish,
wherever.
wherever.
It sounds fine. You're like it's like a 30-foot ladder is the problem.
Mhm.
Mhm.
All right. It's her turn. She's gonna guiding bolt you because why wouldn't you? You're pretty close. It's a nice spell. I see why you cast it all the time.
Yeah.
But you only got a 10.
What
What type of check do you do against it?
Don't.
It's just an AC.
It's her rolling
Oh.
at you.
No, that does not hit.
Ah, kind of hisses at you. It's ready for combat. Alekenora, it's you. There's a ladder now.
Oh, okay. Well, I'd like to wait until I climb down the ladder to turn into a bear, because I'm not sure how that would work.
Ladder's 30 feet.
Probably pretty smart.
Oh, you
Like
double,
double
action
action
again.
again.
Everyone's
Everyone's
all their
all
actions.
You'll move it, probably. You'll
Well,
probably
my-
get somewhere.
Turning into a bear counts as a bonus action because of my Circle of the Moon thing, whatever it's called.
It
It
does.
does count as a bonus action. So you get to.
Did have to
What you're saying
move.
is
I
get to the bottom of. Get to the bottom
did have
of the
to
ladder and
move
you're
towards the ladder from right here, so I'm not sure if I'm just like stuck halfway down and kind of
It's a
frozen
30-foot ladder, and you can move 60 feet if you double move, and then still turn into a bear. So
Okay, then we'll do that. I'll be here at the foot of the
and a bear.
ladder. Actually, instead of a bear, can I? Yeah, we'll turn into the bear.
You sure?
And
turn into a giant spider instead.
Everyone drinks.
Last time I turned into a giant spider, I wrecked my day. I failed so miserably. I was like, I've been hurt before. I'm not doing that again.
Are you going to be a bear?
I will happily be a bear.
You sure? You sound sad about the bear.
No, I love being a bear. I was just thinking about being a spider and how awful that experience was.
You don't want to be a spider.
Tried to sneak in amongst a group of spiders and failed. I tried to shoot a web at somebody to keep them still and failed. I tried to jump from the ceiling to somebody to like attack them and failed. And then I was just like, fuck this. I'm tired of being the failure spider. So I tried to turn
Failure spider.
whatever I was, and that failed too.
See the kid spider beats up another spider and freaks out.
So now I'm just like, I'm just gonna be a bear forever. I always have good luck with that. So yeah, I'm gonna be a bear. Bear.
Girl, stop breathing into the microphone, you weirdo. Did the bear arrive? It didn't seem to arrive.
Did you notice that everyone drinks?
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't, but I will happily drink now.
Yeah.
Moving Alekenora off. Setting Alekenora back.
That's
to
a
the
big
ground.
bear.
There you are on the ground.
Still think it's funny that my 7-foot tall character counts as a medium, but then my 7-foot tall bear counts as a large.
Right, just how it is. It's just about
I have
both.
that problem with our other group where I play a dragonborn barbarian and somehow I'm not a large character. I haven't figured that one out yet.
You're like a mini dragon.
Biggest games. Ooh, look at that.
Nice.
Oh, Thing gifted a tier 1 sub to someone. No, thank you, Thing. It's very kind of you. Thing's gifting subscriptions. Such a nice boy.
Aw, so sweet.
Such a nice boy.
Very nice,
Yes.
very nice.
It's cool.
As he casts a random encounter right afterwards.
No.
Nope.
We're a little busy right now.
No random encounters, please. Pretty funny.
Don't encourage him.
What are you doing?
I always encourage my friends.
Mm.
To
Okay.
what consequence it may lead. Alright, I guess that's it for me.
Okay.
Apparently I can only do so much in 6 seconds, so. Mas.
All right. Yes, only so much in 6 seconds. You can dash down a ladder and turn into a gigantic bear. Mas, it's you.
All right, I'm casting 2nd level guiding bolt.
Bring it up.
Mine could do better.
Oh my god.
Oh, hit. Ooh. Wow, that's a 26 damage. She doesn't like that at all.
Oh no.
Ow.
You zapped the beard right off of her.
That's right. She no longer has a beard.
The beardless lady.
Guiding, bolting the shit out of people.
And then I'm moving down the ladder
Okay, sliding down the ladder.
and just getting out of the way. Hopefully behind some sort of statue slightly.
Of a gigantic bear.
Yeah.
the
Ride-
statue's down
Ride the
there, if you're
bear
hiding
into
it.
battle like a mount.
Sailor, it's you.
Yeah. I guess I'll climb down here as well. Bloop, bloop,
Okay.
bloop, bloop, bloop. And hide behind this here bear.
I'm behind the bear.
Bear shit.
I'm behind the bear.
Your meat.
How many did I move?
It's a double movement. I think you're at least up to
Yeah.
8.
It's 30 down the ladder, which is the problem.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's it then. Yeah. I don't think I have any bonus things that are worth anything.
You know what happens when I turn into a bear? I start making really bad bear puns. Ooh, I can barely contain my excitement. I don't care if y'all laugh, I laugh.
So then I guess that's it for me, huh?
I guess so, unless you have a bonus something or other.
Good. Ooh,
Okay.
the spirit's not good.
Missy, it's you.
I can just make it to her.
Yeah?
But
Make it
I'll
to
be
her?
sitting next to her. I don't want to be sitting next to her.
Could make it to her.
Uh,
You're gonna jump in the hole?
I can dash as my bonus action, and then also move, so I can move 3 times my movement.
She's insanely fast.
And then still act on top of that. So good.
Nice.
But I don't know. I think I'll just y'all got this. There's a bunch of bears and shit down there. Y'all are fine. You're good. I'm just gonna shoot her.
I like this. You got this. You passed down there.
Y'all are good. Oh
And
no, I'm not.
that isn't gonna
Not
hit her.
great. Not great. Sorry.
Not that time.
Past turn.
All right. Where are we at?
Back up.
Karou, Karou, Karou.
Well. Karou.
Hello, sorry.
I was reading a spell.
Oh.
Piled the damage into this poor woman.
Okay, you asked for it.
Oh, he didn't. She didn't ask for it.
Apparently, Chad thinks that wearing snake is asking for it. So.
Yeah.
Just
About a
8,
23 to hit with an 8 for damage.
Yes.
Still, that's 8. That's a lot for somebody who wears robes for a living.
She's really taken aback at that comment.
How
rude.
Guys, let's see if you set yourself on fire.
She's wishing she hadn't started this fight.
Nope.
Oh.
It's like we could have talked peacefully, but
Saul, it's you.
So maybe I should have spoken with them.
Okay, well,
Damn.
I'm gonna move up into her face.
Okay, whoa, as you step in, you can make me a wisdom save.
Oh, no.
You pass through the swirling barrier of demons. You can make me a wisdom save. An 8 isn't going to hit. So you're gonna take. Hold on, let's cast it out. You have the great joy of taking 24 damage.
oh no!
Tear into you as you wander forward.
Jesus Christ!
Okay. Do I
I
still make it to her?
I mean, you could, yeah. They don't stop you. They just
footwork still in effect.
you just feel your life seeping out of you.
Well, that pissed me off. So,
also, you're currently in that field. You can still feel the life leaving you.
Let's see if we can just.
Might be prudent move.
So
I'm going to be attacking her with advantage.
Bleed on her.
What do you have, like 1 health left? Oh, 4.
I have 4 health. So let's see if we do this right.
17. Do you attacking with advantage?
Yes.
No. We're attacking with advantage. Creature misses. No, only when a creature misses.
Oh,
sorry.
Did
I click the wrong one?
Yes,
I did.
I meant
fainting attack.
Oh, we're fainting. There we go. Bonus action, choosing one creature. That lady. You have advantage. So you roll
That lady.
That lady, and you've then got a 5, right, for damage because it's
I got
everything on the.
No, it's plus both. Because the original damage plus my D8 roll.
Is it including the D8 roll in that?
Yes.
5 is the D8 roll. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's cool. Oh, that's quite nice. It's nice
Okay.
on the Pathfinder sheet. So you do a total of 11 damage.
Yep. Then I'm very angry about this.
And
So let's do that again.
Do it again. I'm going to try and feint her with advantage again. And those superior. 16 will hit her. Or 11 again.
Mm-hmm.
She's looking pretty beaten up. You're very mean to her. She's looking.
And
Don't start fights you can't finish, lady.
Second win.
Second win. I'm going to heal myself. Heal myself. Please.
You might want to duck too. You're about to have a bear incoming.
5.
Okay, 5 hit points back.
5
plus 3, so 8 hit points.
I would not like to be in that thing. Okay, so let's turn.
Get him to a fainting
Still
couch.
alive.
You will never take me! And she hits her staff against the ground, and the head of it turns into an adder, and she holds it against her neck, and it bites her, and she collapses to the ground.
Dramatic much?
Oh.
Yeah.
What happens with the demons?
Wait, does the snake turn back to the staff?
The staff then falls out of her hand and just turns into a staff.
Ooh.
Somebody should go pick it up. That's a good idea.
Seems cool.
They
Mine!
kind of fade away into the ground.
Oh, the staff fades away into the ground?
No,
the demons.
Fade into the ground.
And I just turned into a bear. You couldn't have waited till I got to kill something?
You pummeled the shit out of her. You had a lot of XP, a lot of hit points, and you pummeled the living crap out of her with ranged attacks I didn't think you had in you. I mean, casting
four pointers.
Spirit Guardians at 4th level, I thought was a pretty good way of keeping you away from her, but you know, apparently that didn't matter. 48 at the start of every turn that you have in that area is pretty significant.
Yeah, it is.
But you know, you didn't get to her fast enough, and her AC isn't that good. So
She died to 3.
Everyone drinks.
So now that we
Angry gnome.
have killed the priest or priestess or
yes, you've killed the priestess.
snake demon lady, what do we do now?
I want to look through her,
Steal her staff.
whatever's left. And then we're going in the back room.
Ooh.
I want to check out the altar.
Okay, you are
gonna
going.
keep
Keep
moving.
moving. I never stop moving.
I am huge, so it's very easy to move.
Just continue to move because we're out of combat. I'll assume you're continuing to dance to keep your AC up. That's pretty funny.
Oh, it's me.
Boop. Boop.
Okay, so the body is lying on the ground. Alekenora heads towards the altar.
I need to roll perception.
You can
It
roll
keeps
perception, yes. That's a good idea. You can do that. You should roll perception.
I can roll perception at advantage because I have keen sense.
Good.
It doesn't help me.
Oh.
Wait, no, it doesn't.
No, you rolled really
Great
well.
giveaway.
I thought I rolled your 9. I was like, wait.
No, that's me. Yeah. Don't mind me.
Disadvantage if I'm moving.
Gonna kill everyone in a snake hat.
It's
Okay, so Alekenora walks towards the altar and realizes that there's just a haze in the air. And she kind of looks at it, and it looks vaguely like a scorpion just hanging over the altar.
And
do I can
And into combat.
do I
Avoid
play bear
that.
trade? Do y'all understand my grunts now?
No, you can't speak yet. You're just bear noise. Do you get the ability to speak as an animal at any point?
No.
I think that it depends, because like in one of my other campaigns, the guy has the ability to like link minds with people, so we use
Yeah.
that. But I think in this particular case, I'm just a random bear pointing at people like Courage the Cowardly Dog or something.
Bear in a dress.
They have really good animal hands.
Yeah, a bear in a dress.
Oh, you approach and you see what looks like a scorpion made of mist hanging over the altar. It's pretty large and not.
Swat at it with my paws. Does that do anything?
What are you doing? Swiping at it.
Swat at it with my paws.
You swat at it. That's pretty exciting. Its tail reaches out and strikes at you.
Hey!
I was waiting for roll initiative.
Avoid.
Yeah, right.
Did you cut out there?
Yeah.
Constitution save.
Ooh.
Oh man. Okay, let's see.
What did you
where-
expect?
It's
What?
missed. I mean, oh, whoops,
Attack
sorry.
and missed
Not
scorpion.
into a 5.
Well, either one is probably not great, but I can re-roll if I need to, because I forgot to take the advantage off.
Right. You are paralyzed. Literally paralyzed. Just stop. You look like one of those stuffed bears.
Oh,
The newest statue.
That's right, stuffed bear.
this is how all the statues were made.
The scorpion mist
I
then
like this.
dissipates.
Ooh.
Anyone would like to make me an Arcana check or a religion check?
I have
I
Arcana,
can't take these off now.
but I don't know anything apparently.
Why?
Me
Here,
either.
don't worry.
Not a
Not a
damn
damn
thing.
thing.
My Arcana rolls are always terrible.
Highest score like a 14. Okay, I'll give it you because it's interesting. It looks similar to the Wyvern Watch spell,
Why?
but it's a
Wyvern
scorpion.
Watch.
Wyvern Watch. Yes, it's like a guardian spell that you would cast on like a corridor or something, and when somebody walks down it, it strikes you and paralyzes you.
Ah, okay.
And I assume the only way to get rid of it is with like.
It lasts
A
a while.
spell?
It lasts like a full 8 hours, and
Oh, wow.
guarantee the traditional way in old D&D to get rid of it is technically supposed to be a humanoid to trigger it, but Alekenora bear's good enough. Is to just trigger it and hope you don't get paralyzed.
Well, okay. For future reference, guys, swatting at the mist scorpion apparently is a bad idea.
Scorpion,
Yeah.
you're paralyzed. You can make a check every round. So the idea here was if you were in combat with her, there was an area it was in that you would have been paralyzed in. But unfortunately, she died before you got that
Oh no,
thing.
so sad.
Right?
How
So,
her.
feel bad. I mean, sometimes you think this combat's going to be pretty hard. She's got some good spells, and then you realize clerics don't really have all that many spells at any decent level of range. So, you know,
Any ranged character just takes her out.
no, I didn't think you guys had
Karou
that.
is like not to brag or anything, but
So after a few, because you're a bear, you've got a good constitution. After a few seconds, you probably come out of the paralysis because you get a check every
I
round.
back the fuck away from that altar.
You realize that on top of the altar and with your bare nose, you realize that this is clearly the bloody remains of some person.
Mm.
Oh
I
no.
recognize the person.
No, it's difficult to tell.
By smell.
No, no, it's just there's so much blood in the air, it's hard to tell.
You sometimes have to cleanse the chapel with the bloody remains of some person.
Right? That's just, let me just cleanse my chapel tonight. Come here, boo!
Grab the old stains and new stains.
Did we like check her out, see if she had anything on her?
Yeah, I want to
We
go
did.
through her pockets, whatever's there at least.
Pockets. She's wearing what could only be termed as quite a nice snake hat. With a
That's it?
vulture
With a
over
snake
it.
hat?
It's- Snake hat.
I don't want to touch
Um,
the snake head.
I want
I
a
Thinking
dangling
Python
python
at both ends.
It's horrifying. It's pretty awful.
But I would like to make
Um,
my way back into the back.
Okay, so you're going to search this place. Let's see. So, oh, no, she's wearing a robe of some dark color. She also has this staff that's lying next to her that has a snake's head.
Pick up the staff.
Pick up the staff. It is a wooden staff with a copper snake's head on the top.
Yes.
It's pretty
Funny
great.
collector
It's
of
clearly
things.
magical because it turned into an actual goddamn snake.
It's like
Can
a
I
silver
tell?
snake.
Can
Is
I
it the
tell?
staff of the python?
Yeah. I was gonna say, can I tell what kind of staff it is?
You have to you have to do a short rest to
Learn it and everything. Yeah.
to attune to
Yeah.
figure out what it is.
Cool.
Unless you have the identify spell, which in this edition is basically useless.
I do not.
I do not either.
No. It's okay. You can wait until your short rest before you.
I'll
identify
just
stuff.
hang out. Yeah. I just really like the shiny copper top.
I like the stuff. It's nice.
Hopefully it doesn't turn into a snake again.
You just don't.
I'm okay if it does.
Just as long as it's over there on the end of the stick biting other people.
Exactly. As long as it's not me that it's biting.
Okay, so there are a number of doors that leave this room. The majority are in the back, opposite the entrance, on the same wall as the altar. Find the map. They've hidden the map. The goddamn, there it is. There are two main doors that lead from this room, and one large double door that leads from the altar, from behind the altar.
I would like to go to the double door and start waffling at it.
Okay, you waffle at the double doors.
I roll perception, or
You can roll perception, yes.
just want to. I don't want to swipe at nothing. I learned my lesson. Oh well, that's crappy.
What are you
No,
trying to say?
you don't see. There's nothing you can help. There's definitely no sound.
No, it's still stuffed up with scorpion, I guess.
Smell of human remains.
Mm.
There's you don't think there's anything behind it. There's no noise. You don't smell anything particularly.
Oh, well then, lose interest and walk away.
Okay, you can lose interest and walk away from the double doors. Does anybody else check out?
Can we
double
open
doors?
the doors?
Can they don't seem to be locked? You can push them open.
Okay,
The stone
yeah, I'll
doors,
push-
but they're shorter than the main ones. Okay,
Yeah.
you push the doors open. The walls here are lined with cabinets and shelves. Lying
smell
around
honey, honey.
the room are a number of sticks and staves, each one engraved with a symbol that looks similar
We're
to the
collecting
symbol
those.
engraved
Hey, that's
on
what
the
goes
roof.
on top.
Yep, we're taking all of those.
There is one staff that's capped with a golden sun with a diamond in its center.
Taking that one too.
Ooh.
All of the above.
Various,
He is following you as you take the diamond.
various priestly
just
robes and headgear are kept
I like
here
how
on
you
the
didn't want to rob the random house full of like ghouls.
It's not robbing. We're not robbing. We're
Temple
taking
is
them to the
totally
roof for a puzzle. We're doing puzzles.
Sorry, keep
There
going now.
is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's at least 10 different sets of priestly clothes here, including the headdresses. All of them are ornate. All of them are well appointed. All have various jewel adornments, gold adornments. There are staves and crooks, flails and onks made of wood, layered and painted in gold. This whole place is filled with wealth. This stuff is... Thank you, new follower, whose name is a bunch of letters.
This
Begin
blump.
with a Q and an X. So there's a lot of wealth in this room. The gold plating, the jewelry, the gold, the diamond in the staff, all of that stuff is is worth a lot of money. If there's anyone would like to make me any kind of check to figure out how much... No appraise in this, is there?
What kind of check would that be?
Yeah, see, in real role-playing, this would be appraise.
Her name is Maria.
History?
Thank you.
Hello, Maria. Thank you.
Thank you. I mean, you can't blame me for not saying, not putting that
Intelligence
new
check?
time together.
History check?
Thank you, subscriber.
Sequel injector.
Ah, that's nice. I like that. Just don't go near my website. I like that. It's funny. It's like people who call their Wi-Fi FBI surveillance van and things like that. Okay, so there's a lot of wealth in here. Missy, using her great skills as a rogue, guesstimates there's probably something in the region of 50,000 gold pieces worth.
Holy fuck!
Jesus.
Can
I pick out a pretty headdress that's got dark blue jewels on it?
Sure. You probably think it's Toughnut, goddess of moisture and rain.
Perfect.
Hey, that fits.
My favorite
I want
god.
that one.
Favorite
Moisture
god.
and rain to go with her ice powers.
Exactly.
You can only carry 5.
Headdress.
There's a bunch of religious hats and gowns. There's lots of jewelry embedded in a lot of this stuff. Some of the staffs and ankhs and various things are adorned with jewels.
Start piling it all on the back of the bear.
Mm.
We'll carry it out.
Load it all on.
I want the
I
biggest,
want-
pointiest hat
I'd
ever.
rather the new camel that can actually bite and fight back. So
Because the camel was absolutely useless. Maria is from Ecuador. We're doing great. Nice to meet you.
I'm the bear.
Okay, you load up the bear. What are you doing with this stuff? I mean, it's not even that heavy. Some of this stuff is relatively light. A lot of this stuff is in jewelry and painted gold and lacquered wood.
Go put it in
Thank
our
you.
Viscani quarters.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll
and,
take it with us to a
Bravado.
different.
We're
broke,
broke, so
They're
we
not
can
using
all
all
of
of
it.
it.
You
Everything.
were broke,
Oh my,
but
yeah.
no
Yeah.
longer broke.
We're
We're
no
no
longer
longer
broke.
You loot the ceremonial chamber and take all the pieces back to your Fardo.
I'm shaking my head.
It's a
Like, I'm not approving of this. Except I've got all these rods under my, like, just
Saved,
being
just
held.
especially
Yeah.
with a gigantic diamond in the middle of it. Right, yeah, with a golden sun around the outside. That's pretty nice. So, you go drop the stuff off. Are you searching the rest of this place?
I think we should drop that
Yeah.
off and then go up to the ceiling or the roof and put the sticks in.
Well,
See if
I
that
think we
does
should
it.
finish searching the rest of it first.
Okay.
So there are 2 doors other than the double doors. Oh, also in the room with the double doors, you notice a set of stairs leading down. My apologies, the map wasn't clear. It is in that room. There's a set of steps leading down.
Let's check the other 2 doors first and then the steps, maybe?
Left door or right door?
Left door.
Left door. Okay, the left door is... Open it.
What?
Oh, sorry, you
Cut out.
locked?
It's an unlocked stone door.
Oh, I open it.
You open the door. Inside there is a sarcophagus against the back wall.
Oh, we should definitely open that.
There are a number of...
Get your poke sticks ready.
Everyone draw your bow.
there is
Marcus.
a,
Ready?
there's the body of a man lying on a stone slab in the middle of the room.
Are there any
Where?
markings?
My body?
Oh, none of these are the Vistani.
Are there any
there-
Is it a
markings?
fresh body or has it been there a while?
Looks like it's reasonably fresh.
Is
Is
it
it
one of
one
our
of our
Vistani
Vistani
friends?
But no, it is not. There's a number of these stone slabs in this room. It could possibly, she did mention that there were rooms here where the dead were prepared.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. Do we see any sort of like embalming?
There's nothing in this
Faces
room.
or anything?
No, there's nothing like that. No, it just seems to be a room where bodies are stored, maybe?
Wouldn't they be underground?
Maybe. Just throw them in here. Maybe there's an overflow room. No exits from this room. Other than the one
Oh,
you came in through.
I'd like to check the other side then, the right side,
You walk to the right side.
and
to go
open the door if it is unlocked.
through. It is unlocked. This room is a richly decorated room. It looks like a room with seats, but it is a room with seats and tables. A lot of the things in here are fine artworks. Some of the furnishings are decorated in gold. The total value of the things in this room, according to Missy's fine sense of just is 7,000 gold pieces.
Oh wow!
I'm taking it.
There are several chairs and divans. A few small tables scattered around the room. Walls are carved and painted with scenes of pharaohs and gods. A large, thick tapestry hangs on the eastern wall. I suspect covering an entrance.
I'd like to investigate this tapestry. What's on that?
It's just it's patterns primarily. So there's some kind of hieroglyph writing, but it's mostly just a patterned tapestry.
We peek behind it.
Peek behind it. So if this was the room you're in, was where she kept people, this is the room where she slept.
The
That's
thing.
An fax agent. That's cute.
I can't hear you now. What are you saying? I just hear
The room beyond is clearly the room she used to live and sleep in. It's again lavishly decorated. It has a wooden bed covered with silk hangings. The posts around the bed are plated in silver and dyed with bright colors. There is a bath here made of glazed brick, dyed in wondrous colors of blues and reds and greens. The bath is spectacular. The walls are covered in hieroglyphs that you can't read. If the room is completely looted, you suspect it would be worth about 4,000. But then you're going to be taking her bath, which is not the easiest thing to do, and her bed.
No, we need the bathtub.
However, the majority of it is in jewelry and odd items of precious metal.
Cool.
I would like to climb into the bath.
Downstairs?
Awesome. We try and loot as much as we can. What's reasonable?
You take
Probably
a
not a
bunch
bed.
of this stuff, bunches of the things, bunches of the things.
Are we supposed to be taking this stuff? I mean,
like,
are
you
we
would-
about
you
to
would-
get run out of town?
You would loot this world blind and
It's
just.
not a lie. It's not a lie. It's a,
If the world is blind, what does it have any need for shiny, pretty things?
that's right. Okay, are you going downstairs?
Not give them to people. Look at them.
Yes, I'd like to look. I would like to carefully peer downstairs.
You peer down the stairs. The room below is lit by flaming sconces on the side, burning some kind of oil. If you process down the stairs, the room contains a large stone platform. Huge vats and urns line the wall, filled with various liquids, and there are cabinets filled with knives, scoops, hammers, and other things.
This is spooky.
You find maybe
It's a preparation room for
some
the
perception.
dead.
I think I liked being in the room with the
Perception
fancy bath and jewels. But
Perception.
Perception checks.
perception checks. Am I rolling with advantage or no?
When you're a bear, right?
Can I can smell things, but
Oh,
I
yeah, you
can't
got
really.
senses. Roll it and we'll see what you get.
Oh,
25.
Oh,
wow.
With ease, Alekenora Bear finds Dulcine's clothes and personal belongings in one.
Ooh.
Oh, I didn't want to find that. That's sad.
No.
Wow.
I
Okay.
sniff at them and I look sad.
It's pretty bad.
They
Also following scent, find a small, what you think to be a doorway under the stairwell.
Mm.
It's a
Are we
small,
going through it? Can I fit through there or no?
it's a small hatch,
Oh,
and it's a secret door. It's under the stairs.
fat
Clearly
bear
there are
booty.
secrets.
Can I fit through?
Yeah, you could fit through if you want to open it.
I'm opening it.
You open it. I love how brave you all are.
Hmm.
The room beyond is a 5-foot square room. It is stacked with many racks of scrolls, as well as small jewelry and statuettes.
I'd like to take a look
And
at
this
one of
place
the
is
scrolls
loaded.
and see what sort of scrolls we're talking about.
So you look at the scrolls. There are texts here in various languages, most of which you don't actually understand.
Languages?
Yeah, well, some of the languages of Harakir. If you recall from earlier, Abu said he speaks the language and can read, and Hassan can also read the language too.
Is Abu
Additionally-
with us right now?
I mean, he's
Both
close
should
by.
be with us.
Well, Hassan
Yeah.
isn't with you because he's not going to come and raid a temple, but Abu is
Abu.
with you.
Light.
Yes. Abu is carrying a torch behind you.
Can you read these scrolls?
Yes, I can. Yes. There are
What
some
do they
more.
say? This
There
one.
are many. This one is an order for something. Grain, cotton, and lamp oil.
Hmm. And this
Boring.
one.
Okay, you spend a long time. How long are you reading these?
Like 15 minutes. Not a long time.
Okay, I mean, it takes Abu a little minute, but he gets into the habit. He starts to look through. He decides what's worth it and what isn't. It's not long enough. You find an interesting scroll. Abu starts to translate. He says, I have discovered a mysterious scroll fragment secreted away in a compartment in the observatory. I first read its ancient text with great excitement, but when I saw what it contained, I was horrified. It was part of a foul ritual to raise one of the children of Anktipot and enslave the monster. I tried to burn it, but the flames refused to touch the parchment. Osiris, forgive me, but I cannot destroy it. And further down is another entry. I cannot help myself. The thought of the scroll burns in my mind. I have tried everything to destroy it. Maybe it's not meant to be destroyed.
Hmm.
We have so many scrolls.
Yeah, like, let's try and burn one.
A quick count of the scrolls. There are over 100 in this room.
Dear Lord.
Several of them Abu can't read, and he hands them back to you. You realize that they're actually written in magical language.
Would I? Well,
And a magical language.
Magical language.
Yep, like
they could be spells.
aliens.
They could be spell scrolls.
Ooh.
Would we maybe have to roll for Arcana to figure out what they are?
I mean, you
Or
could
what?
just read magic, right? That would be the easiest way. Somebody's got
Cast
read
what?
magic, I assume. Is read magic a skill anymore? It's got to be a spell in 5e. Is it?
Shit, I
magic?
always forget to take off the gnome. Oh, well, apparently it didn't matter. I don't know shit.
You don't
just a
read
bear.
magic anymore. Maybe you just know things in 5e.
I don't think there's a read magic.
No, I don't think so.
There's like a
Spellcraft.
detect magic spell.
Detect magic? Yeah, there's no read magic.
Spellcraft? The thing now? That's a different game. Apparently we don't read magic anymore. Alright, how do I know what a magical scroll is? I bet it's got a title, because it's D&D 5e and they make everything easier. It just says on the top, highlighted in Sharpie.
Basically.
I need to figure out whether these old-ass spells actually even exist in 5e at the moment. Okay. You find... Yes, that does exist. Okay. You find a spell of stone skin.
Ooh.
Ooh. Fancy.
Isn't it, though? Fancy. It is an arcane spell. Obviously. Oh, well, whoever's got it on their list, I guess. You find us. I don't even know.
Well, that's a 4th level spell.
Nope.
Okay.
Shoot, I need another drink already. Dang it.
It is a 4th level spell. Yes. It's a great 4th level spell.
I can use it.
I'm waiting for it to. There we go.
What, the stone skin?
It's on the sorcerer list.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's a
I
cool
don't know
spell,
if it's
though.
I don't know if it's on the wizard list.
It
It
says
is.
yeah, it says wizard, sorcerer, ranger, paladin, druid, and artificer.
Warlocks don't get spells that way.
Nope.
Okay. You also have a scroll of flame arrows,
Well, that sounds fun.
isn't it? I'm trying to figure out
Flame
which-
arrows.
Flame arrows.
E, F, G, H. Okay.
This spell doesn't actually exist, I don't think.
Flame.
It is forbidden.
Strike. Flame blade.
Flame arrows.
Spear?
Arrows.
There it is.
No, it's flame arrows.
It's flame arrows. Yep, that doesn't exist, so that would have been a useful spell too for you.
We're gonna keep playing for a bit, right? Because I might need to charge my computer.
We've been running for 2.5 hours, so I would suggest you've probably got some looting ahead of you, but we could call if you wish. I mean, it's up to you.
I was just
guys.
gonna go grab my charger real quick. We can carry on.
That would be
I'm good.
wise. Do that. I'll give you a
All right.
spell that isn't one of the ones that.
Get a
that
drink
isn't-
too.
So the spell that it would have given you is Hold Undead, which doesn't actually exist in 5th edition. So I'll have to give you something else. So
Turn undead.
no, it's too easy. There's
Wish.
also another set of scrolls. There's also Clerical Scrolls as well. that I don't think-
Levitate undead.
It's
a bunch of floating
Spiky undead. Spiky undead.
This
Power
power
word
would
kill,
kill,
that's fine. It's a little annoying, right?
Oh, would kill.
Spawn, sphere
okay.
of annihilation.
Right. You can stick your arm in. But it enrage undead from chat. A good one.
Engorge
Like
undead.
Engorge undead. This makes them happy. So while I look up spells, on the clerical side, there's a scroll of legend lore. Clerical spell? Yes, it is. It's also a wizard spell. It's exciting. There's a spell of legend lore, which is pretty amazing.
Okay.
There's a scroll
Oh,
of
that is
greater
pretty cool.
restoration.
Oh, nice.
I'll take the legend lore scroll.
Also, it's a greater restoration, which is pretty nice.
Great spell.
And there is also a scroll of remove curse.
So if no one else is taking any of those, I'll grab all three. But
I think
They're
the only
basic-
other person in the group that can use them is Alekenora. Some of that's probably on her list too.
So that was Greater Restoration, Legend Lore, and what was the other one?
Remove curse.
Remove Curse. All right.
That was switched for Hold Undead, which existed in earlier versions and does not exist these days. Give me a moment to pick a 5th level wizard spell to add to the other lists, and we will see what we will see.
We have stone skin, flame arrows, and then you're looking up a new one, right?
I'm looking up one more. Let's give you...
Can we both learn off of the same scroll? Like it doesn't just disintegrate after one use?
Both have to spend the time and the money to do it, I think.
Right.
So the final scroll is Faithful Hound.
That sounds fun.
Mm. Faithful Hound. Faithful House, as I wrote on the thing, because that's just stupid. So,
take a building
I'll
check.
continue to read while you wander around and look at spells, and finds a few more scrolls that he thinks that Tiny Dan's nice.
Oh, I
Tiny
can't
Dan,
use that one.
Tiny Hurt. Can't use Faithful Hound.
Nope.
Oh, is it not a sorcerer spell?
No, it's artificer and wizard. So,
Who can
Fury
use
can
it?
use it. Fury can use it.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
She can actually
Warlock.
scribe it then, right? Morgan Kanan's Faithful Hound. Oh, she's a warlock.
I'm a warlock. I can't.
Oh, well then neither of us
You
can
don't
use
have
it.
an artificer or a wizard. That's a shame.
Sell it.
Sell it. It's a 4th level
I
scroll.
thought you were a wizard for some reason.
She's
Our
a
game.
warlock. Neither of you are like proper spellcasters.
I can use flame arrows and stone skin, but I can't use Faithful Hound.
You also can't scribe them, right? Can't learn the spell from them.
No, you can't
only just-
learn them. You
you
can
can
only
only
use them
read
once,
Spell from them. Yeah.
The one
Only
time
and then they
wizards-
disappear.
One of the big uses of wizards, they can read and scribe the spell, so they can.
That would be nice.
Hey, I'm back.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's a
so
one time.
Hello! We found some scrolls.
Scroll.
Scrolls.
Scrolls for the scroll-thon.
Scrolls.
Flame arrows.
Scrolls.
Flame arrows,
Big
I
nerd.
can't really do much with either, unless we have basically a ranger.
Some great spells here.
Yeah.
And us
And us
poor
poor
non-magic
non-magic
types
types
are
are
just
just
sitting in
sitting
the
in
corner.
the
Like,
corner,
I
I
don't
don't
get
get
it.
it.
Great.
Ah,
But there's a ton of like treasures just around
there is
the
a
place
bunch.
too.
There is a bunch of
Yeah.
money around here. Let's not
Yeah.
lie. The jewelry and statuettes in this room probably value about 10,000 gold.
Oh my god.
Does
the-
the
Feel rich.
town just
Seriously,
think
seriously,
have the
seriously.
resources to give us 10,000 gold?
Probably not.
Okay,
Who's gonna
so
buy all
Abu
this?
finds a number of other scrolls he reads to you that he thinks are important. They're in the same hand as the others, which makes it easier for him to find. He reads from another scroll. Could it be that the gods want me to use this scroll? I've prayed to Osiris for weeks, but received no answer. Surely they would not have placed such temptation before me if I were not supposed to use it. No.
That's how temptation works.
Scroll is the evil work of Set and must not be used by anyone. Further scroll? I see now that Osiris is a weak god. How could I have thought him to be worthy of my worship? Set, mysterious, not only killed Osiris, but was able to withstand the vengeance of Horus. Surely Set is the most powerful of the deities. I now pledge my life, and will too, serving the dark secrets of my lord Set. I have decided to use the scroll to enslave one of Anktepot's children. They lie mummified and enshrined in the tomb of Anktepot. After consulting the stars, I have learned when his tomb can be opened. Soon I shall be a master of the living dead. First, I must complete the scroll. Only the first part is recorded on the scroll. My Lord Set shall guide my hand. And one final one. I have done it. I walked through the tomb of the gods and have woken the living dead. Senmet, priest of Anktepot, serves Lord Set through me. Together, we shall leave this cursed land to conquer all that lies beyond the walls of Ra.
Dun, dun, dun.
It's not very nice.
So rolled up inside that last scroll is a piece of paper, inscribed with instructions for using the rooftop observatory.
Yes. All
Go
these things.
on.
So basically, it explains how to use the staves and staffs to align with the night sky and, like an orrery, tell what's going to come. So it's specifically guiding the idea of figuring out when the doors to this place are going to open.
Of the tomb
Additionally,
that
there
we're
is
going
another
to.
That we're
door
trying to
get
out
to.
of that room. There's another door out of this room as well, behind, that has a heavy black curtain over it.
Should go through
Let's
that.
check. Let's look down there. Or through there.
Pull aside the curtain, and a hot, dry breeze washes over your face.
Outside.
Goose flesh, despite its warmth, a fetid, sickly, sweet smell drifts out of the dark. You can see a reed mat on the floor, but everything further than 5 feet is obscured in shadow.
Ooh.
2 dull red points of light flare up this well of darkness, and you hear the sound of slow, indrawn breath.
Dun, dun, dun.
Roll for
First
initiative.
things up.
No.
You can all make me some, I say, wisdom saves, I guess.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Okay.
Actually, I'm pretty good. Maybe. We'll see.
This is magical, right?
Maybe.
Oh,
Because I
wow.
Magic.
get
Get advantage on
magical.
magical.
Oh, yeah, just add
Oh,
some-
I also get advantage on.
Shoot, you guys.
I'm smart.
Or do
Are
I
you
not?
magical?
Maybe I don't. Yeah.
I get a +1, but that's not really gonna help me there,
my other
is it? A whole 6.
Hey, what are you doing?
Trying to figure out who that is that's breathing.
Yeah.
Can we light a torch and see through the shadows?
Abu has a torch.
I don't want to throw a boo in front of us, but
I'm
can
gonna grab the
torch from Hold Abu up with his torch. I'm just saying he could get the torch.
I'm grabbing a
Flying
boost
it.
torch and throwing it into the room.
Okay, you throw it into the room. This place seems to absorb light. It only gives off a vague glow as it enters the room.
So even
Our dark vision can't see through this?
On the very far wall, no, it's just an odd room. On the very far wall is a seated statue of Set. 3 golden cobras are coiled at his feet. Low tables line both sides of the room. The remnants of vile ceremonies and sacrifice stain the stone surfaces and the walls behind. Karou, you think that the snakes on the floor just moved?
Oh, cool.
Indian
Jump
jump
over
over
again.
Are they like moving toward us?
No, you don't see them moving.
They just kind of shift a little.
They may have shifted slightly.
Only Karou sees them moving.
Oh.
I assume it may be related to the staff?
Okay. The statue has 2 red eyes.
You control snakes now?
If I pull out the staff and move it to one side, do they maybe sort of move towards it?
They do not.
Do they move away from it?
They do not.
They move at all.
They do not.
Druid needs glasses.
Exciting.
What if she says pew pew?
Should I cautiously walk into the room and maybe see if the snakes like me? Yeah, I don't know if that's a good idea or not.
All the ideas you have are good ideas. But a cleric and a bear, and you?
Doing,
kid? Mage hand or prestidigitation would do anything?
Like that.
Or you said Karou's the only one that notices things moving?
Moving, yeah.
Karou,
I
you're
just
pretty
hear
certain
breathing
that
and
one of those
can't tell what it
snakes
is?
one of those snakes just blinked.
I don't know what to do with moving snakes. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing.
Can we tame them?
Can I? Okay, I'm gonna cautiously walk up to the closest one to me. And
About all 3 of them curled at the feet of this statue.
okay.
Statue move at all?
Wait, what did we hear breathing?
Animal handling.
I think it's coming from the statue.
I'm a bear. I can't use
The
animals.
statue is
You
possibly
know,
alive.
they're in small places.
Has she enslaved one of Anktapot's children in the statue?
Right thinking.
I don't know if using Mage Hand would do anything if I touched it, but I could try. Use Mage Hand to touch the statue and see, or
Poke it.
I touch the statue. Yippee!
Or using mage hands to touch the statue.
Mage Hand to touch the statue.
You and the touching things.
Mhm.
Always touching things.
Statue with mage hand. You caress it.
That's how I learn things.
Doesn't seem to move. You get sensation through mage hand, or is it just a lift?
It's just a floating hand.
Right. It looks skeletal. Looks skeletal in the air, like a severed hand as it kind of floats forward.
Kinda, yeah.
I've seen that before, but never seen it until you came here.
Only it's like a full fleshed hand.
Yeah, normally it looks like just a normal
I
hand.
always imagined it as like one of those 4-fingered gloves from Disney.
Right.
Yeah.
Me too, yeah.
Except it's skeletal in the shadow.
It's skeletal.
Ooh, spooky.
Both times you've cast it since coming through the mist, it's appeared that way. You feel up the statue. It doesn't seem to.
Spoiler alert, we all died in the mist apparently.
Yeah, right. This is the
This is our first one.
world.
Spoiler. That's right, it's the sting in the tail. We're M. Night Shyamalan right now. So,
Played Marcus.
yeah, it doesn't seem to move. Pretty sure a tongue just came out of one of those snakes, though.
Oh, they're 100% alive to me, but me only.
Is that
So do we just
No
not
one else
notice
seems to
them,
see
or
them moving.
like are we all just looking at the ceiling or something, or are they just not appearing to be moving at all?
Yeah, what do they appear like?
They look like golden snakes coiled up at the foot of the statue.
Are they golden to me?
Yeah.
To you, they're also moving and blinking, even though snakes don't have eyelids.
I assume it has something to do with the fact that I'm holding a staff that also has a gold.
Hand it to somebody else, see what happens.
I would assume it's magical and it's already attuning to me. I can try that, but okay. I reach out to my warlock friend, who's also another caster, and hand her the staff and say, "Hey, hold this real quick. Do you see this?"
Okay. He does not see them moving.
Yeah,
You're pretty sure the tail of one just flicked again.
After not even holding the staff?
Do you still have on the headdress?
Do you have anything else? Like, is there?
I assume I have on the headdress.
Put it on somebody else's head.
What about this?
Again, the same. You see the snakes vaguely moving, but no one else can.
Creepy.
Okay, I'm gonna take my headdress back, and I'm gonna take my headdress back and my staff back, and I'm going to
Poke him with it.
try to touch one of the snakes.
Okay. You touch the snake. It is cold and metallic.
Like metal.
Made of metal. You think it's probably a brass, maybe. Well made.
Can I pick it up?
Oh, it is attached to the ground. It's part of the statue.
By
I can
speaking
see
in
it
parts of tongue.
moving. Okay, right.
Make a perception check while you're there. You can still hear the breathing coming from the statue. And while you're down there, you realize that there's a small bellows in behind it.
What?
Small what?
Bellows. It's a thing made of wood and skin that blows air.
Yeah,
You'd have a large one at a forge for keeping the fire hot. But basically, it's a thing that's...
So it's
So it's an artificial breath?
It's like the Wizard of Oz back there. Don't look behind the curtain.
Yeah, right.
Breath, yes.
Okay, I'm gonna feel around the statue with my actual hands. Do I find like a lever or anything, or a button? No.
Seems like this whole thing is just designed to have kind of
Freak
weird
you
flashing
out.
red eyes. Yeah, and a weird breath.
But why would I be seeing the snakes move? I assume it has to do with the staff and me attuning to the staff.
For strings.
But I don't know what the staff does yet. Maybe I'm queen of the snakes now. I'm gonna rename myself Medusa and queen of the snakes.
A snake.
Who's the queen of my snake?
Well, with that, team, does anyone have any other ideas for me to do?
I mean, we can look behind the statue, but
It seems safe if y'all want to move in.
I would move in once I see that everything's fine. I'd go ahead and move in and just sort of. Can I go around the statue? Is it open at the back?
No,
Or against the wall?
It's sat on a large
Or is it against-
throne against the wall.
Or against the
it's
wall?
a good size too. It's a large statue.
Can I feel across the wall to see if there are any hidden anythings?
We're probably just spending too much time in this one thing that doesn't actually have anything.
Other than the
We're very
bellows,
concerned
doesn't seem
about
like
the fact that
there's
we
anything
see
there.
moving snakes. I want to see moving snakes too. I like
Other than the
snakes.
bellows, it doesn't
I cast
seem like
animal
there's anything.
friendship on the. Oh, I don't bear.
I'm gonna take my warhammer and just smash the statue.
Well,
That accelerated quickly.
There. I mean, okay. I mean, you can hit it, but it's made of stone. It's going to take a lot. You can probably smash bits off it, but you're not going to do substantive
Okay.
damage unless you're going to spend
Can
a good while.
Can I, as a bear, do a strength check to try and help destroy the statue?
Wait, hold on. Is the statue? What are the statue's hands doing?
sat on the sides of the chest.
Smashed them off. Who cares?
He doesn't happen to have like his hands in like a circle to where you can put a staff in it?
He does not.
Okay.
Smashy smash.
Well, I think we should go to the roof and put the
face statue. It's gonna take. You realize after a few strikes, it would take you a few hours to literally deface this to a point of unrecognizable.
I think we should go to the roof and put
I think we're spending time in a room that's interesting and not actually giving us anything.
We can put the staffs into the roof and see if anything happens.
Came out of here with a lot of like riches and stuff. Where did all that come from? This is a freaking desert with apparently no food.
Or water.
You climb to the roof again, going up the outside stairs, and you mess around. You follow the instructions. You place the stuff where it needs to go. You put the staffs where they go, and the light of the moon shines through the diamond. And using the instructions, you read that 2 nights from now is another night of Thoth.
We knew that now already.
Yeah, we
or
did.
officially, I guess.
No official
Confirmation.
Confirmation, yeah, there you go.
It's another way, just in case you didn't do the reading, to be able to find out when the door opens. Because you don't actually have to.
I wonder what happens if you don't find that out and you completely miss it.
Then you're waiting around for. Then as a DM, you just flex it, right? You're just like, okay, the door's open, and you go. And it's an interesting. It is possible to miss both pieces of that information. It's pretty funny. Everyone can make me a Constitution check, please.
Constipation check. Okay.
Constipation check.
Ooh.
Where is my? Hey, do I get different stats? I always
So you
forget
should
to
be
check.
rolling on the bear stats for
I should
physical
be.
stuff.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing.
I mean, if you're on the roof, that means that bear climbed that ladder, which I would really like to see.
Oh, I'm still. I always forget to turn off advantage.
It's okay. We'll just take the first one.
Oh, wait! I don't even know how to turn off advantage on here.
It's okay. Thomas, your ears are itching.
Uh-oh.
You got an infection?
What the fuck? What are you posting? Hell are you posting?
It's the I'm the Snake video.
Oh,
So weird.
Funny. I mean, we might as well just
Is
go.
that what you were over there trying to find?
Let's go watch Lair of the White Worm then, eh? There's a movie everyone should watch.
Is it?
Lair of the White Worm.
Okay.
It's,
I've seen that movie before.
Hugh Grant.
You're getting one.
When he was younger. Lots of phalluses and things. Oh.
Well, I'm sold.
Yes. Your ears are itching.
They like, ew, are they like oozing or something?
No, they're just itchy on the top. Maybe you had too much sun. Makes me super happy. I love old adventures. They're full of like little nuggets of amazing. But also full of real massive possible dangers. So it's actually pretty interesting.
The scroll that explained how to use this thing up here to read, does it have a specific timing in that for it? Should we wait until the night of Thoth to do stuff like this? It's also the middle of the night. Like, should we go to sleep?
Might want to go to sleep. Go sleep on your great pile of treasure.
Yeah.
How much money did you haul out of that place?
I think we have 61,000 at this point.
That's a lot. It's like 10 grand a piece. That's pretty
Hey,
decent.
you can buy a new camel, guys.
All of the camels.
For everybody.
We can each buy a camel. We can buy
They
an
might be
entire
happy
herd.
with you. I mean, people might ask questions if you're wandering around in robes that look like priest robes, but
can,
All right, are you setting
can
watches?
answer that
Are you
question.
gonna
We'll ask
short
Brady.
rest? Gonna short rest and identify this staff?
Did the scrolls that talked about like how to use the rooftop and stuff, does it designate like a timing for when we should use the?
We already used it.
Yeah.
So the idea is that
Yeah.
I think that the night of Thoth is when the doors to the Pharaoh's Rest open.
In 2 days' time.
It's
Yeah,
it's
2
an
days' time.
unspecified night that this whole thing is designed to identify.
Just to clarify, this is something we want, or this is something we're trying to prevent?
Yes.
Questionably both.
Okay.
And what about the fire? How does this all tie in? Ooh, we have some thinking to do.
Alright, I'm going back to sleep.
Figure out your snake problem.
Figure out my snake problem? Yes.
Figure out your snake problem.
So wait, the snakes could move for you, but you couldn't make them move, right? Yeah, like you can. Passing off the headdress and the staff didn't do anything, so it's you. But why? So weird. Hal was very specific. He was very descriptive of their movements. That's very
I'm
important.
just doing what the adventure tells me to do. Merely the vessel through which the adventure doth speak.
Speaking of
Are you short resting on this staff to figure out what it is?
Our friends
Sure.
are dead. We're just gonna go ahead and open
Yeah,
up
I think-
that little.
I think I'm gonna long rest.
Everybody's lament. I mean, are you spending the time to identify this staff?
Karou.
That'll depend whether I short or long rest, right?
You can identify it either way.
Okay, then we'll just long rest with everybody else.
Long rest.
Mm-hmm.
So you identify the staff as a staff of the adder.
Sounds fun.
Because I'm very kind, I will let a sorcerer attune this, because technically they're not supposed to, and it makes no sense to me why they wouldn't be able to.
How do you spell adder?
EDER.
I have a question,
So-
and this really doesn't have any real relevance, I don't believe. What kind of snakes were they? The
They were
cobras?
adders.
Adders?
Or adders.
What does
I
an
mean,
adder
I,
look like?
I was say I could give it to my
Striking
warlock
friend.
friend, and she could attune to it because it is a warlock.
I mean, the cleric
Staff.
can attune it as well, as can the druid,
Oh,
but I'll
true.
let the sorcerer attune it too, because it makes sense that you would be able to. So what it does is you can use a bonus action to speak the staff's command word, to make the head of the staff become that of an animate poisonous snake for 1 minute. By using another bonus action, you may speak the word again and return it to inanimate form. You may make a melee attack using the snake head, which has a reach of 5 feet. Your proficiency bonus applies. On a hit, the target takes d6 piercing damage and must succeed on a constitution save or take 3d6 poison damage. Snake head can be attacked while animate. It has an AC and hit points. If the head drops to 0, the staff is destroyed. As
It
long
has
as
more
it's
AC than I do.
As long as it's not destroyed, the staff regains all lost hit points when it reverts to its inanimate form. So actually,
Pretty cool.
it's basically a combat weapon.
It's a
of
combat weapon. Yeah.
combat staff, which is pretty cool, though. Pretty cool. Anyway, that's what you have. You have a staff of the adder.
Cool.
And you ready to sleep?
Yep.
No, everybody's ears are itching.
Oh,
Wait, what?
wonderful. We all got sunburnt.
Would you like experience?
Yes.
Yes.
I need to
Is
look
this
up how
like our ears are burning because someone's talking about us kind of thing?
Oh,
Yeah.
that's exactly what that is.
Oh no, how rude. Alright. We want
Trying to look at how much XP. I've got to convert her experience. So actually, she was quite high XP, but the problem is there's one of her, and you basically killed her at range. So she was a lot less intimidating than I would have liked her to be. Hey, Aaron, don't you hate it when that happens?
Yeah, it's a bummer.
Think this is going to be a really good fight, and then it isn't. And I
Yeah.
sad.
Yes, it does.
Cool stuff, but she didn't really get to do much of it, which is kind of sad. Clerics suck at range in this version. Come on, give it up. Slow.
I
Staff
do
of the
pretty
Abbot
good
is
at range.
You're pretty good at range. I mean, you've got Guiding Bolt. That's your good thing at range, right?
Yeah, yeah.
You got to turn into a bear and then do absolutely nothing.
I'm proud of you.
Hang
You're
on.
still a
What's
bear.
up? Hold on.
Right now, I'm the pack mule
Uh-oh.
for all of our treasure.
Oh,
Oh
no.
no.
He's
We're
We're
got
pulling out the books.
Uh-oh.
Can actually use a goddamn book.
Dance, magic, dance, magic, dance.
Holy shit.
Your
Can
mom,
you use a book? It's a book.
Book.
What, babe?
Hey, does anybody remember that movie Page
Tower.
Masters?
The
The
page
Page
master?
Master?
Yeah, with Macaulay Culkin, whatever the
That
hell
was
his
like
name.
half cartoon or something, right?
Yeah, it was like half cartoon, half live action.
Yeah.
I feel like I know that I watched it, but I cannot remember a single freaking thing about it.
That's probably most Macaulay Culkin movies, let's not lie.
Yeah.
Hey,
Hey,
the two
this
Home
I'm
Alone
trying
movies
to
are great.
protect you from the fact that
Home
you're
Alone
actually
is a time-honored tradition, but
time
like,
in the
yeah,
mood.
I think that's about it.
He was great and saved.
People don't remember he was in that.
Never saw it.
That's
It's
a
a great little
movie.
movie.
I was gonna go somewhere with that, but then I forgot what it was.
What I want to do. Versions suck. Oh, you're definitely itchy. For the sand.
Why are we so itchy?
I don't
Down
know,
our
why
ears.
itchy?
What's going on?
You need an analgesic cream. Okay, you killed Isa. She was technically challenge rating 8.
Oh,
So
Lord.
That was an easy 8.
3,900 experience.
900?
900?
3,900.
Wait, say that with
3,900?
3,900?
Hear you. Yeah.
Up 3,900 experience for a challenge rating 8 encounter, which is insane.
Jesus Christ.
Each?
There's what, 6 of us, right?
So we get
Is that
each
it
get
for
650
XP or
each.
more? Is there more that you want? Or no?
Oh, that's all your XP for this turn. There was no traps or anything, I'm afraid. There was just one monster. But you did get a pot ton of stuff.
So we have 650 each.
Yep.
If you add to our current 1484.
2134.
Yep.
2134.
2134.
How close to that level? You've got to be pretty close now. Is it 23?
I thought isn't it 2,000?
No,
No, it's
I
not.
think
Put
it's-
2134 and it didn't change.
Answer hasn't popped up for me, so I think we're
We're
still.
looking it up.
Hey, feed us a couple more of her. I like that.
She was easy, right?
It's
That's like-
2,700.
Took her out.
20, yeah, 27. We're really close.
May not be smart murder hobos, but we were effective murder hobos.
Yeah, the jump from 4 to 5 is always so big.
Yeah, it is. Well, five's where the money is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Gotta clear
All right,
out.
kids. Thank you all for watching. Let's go
Hey,
to
how
all
much
the social media place. Pay us all the money on the Patreon. Thank you so much. You're awesome. And I wonder why their ears are itching. Y'all.
Bye.
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 Good night, internet.